Hey guys, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, Obodo fam. How is everybody doing? How are we? I hope we are pretty fine. It's almost the weekend. It's almost the weekend. Who is excited? I'm really, really excited because I love the weekend. So, welcome. After one sleep, we're at the weekend. Good evening. Ojajilu, how are you? Timothy, hey, Cynthia, how are you? Nelly's voice, I see you. God bless you. Welcome, everybody, to tonight's live stream. Kukwa, welcome, welcome. Neka. I saw your post on my what I posted earlier on. You say you joined Instagram and what's it called? TikTok because of me. Oh my God. That is so sweet of you, Neka. God bless you. Toby has been dragging me to enter TikTok. Oh, I say, ha. With all this, my busy life, where do I have the time to do TikTok again? She was like, Mom, you gotta do it. You make so many videos, and you've got this really long videos, and you can just cut out some clips and put on TikTok. I'm like, I don't have the time to do it, son. I'm busy. I've got work. I've got you. I got this. And then finally, he said he's gonna be helping me to cut off when we do this live stream here. And we are making a lot of sense. He will cut it off. He will just cut a short clip and put on TikTok for me. I said I was celebrating. I said, God bless you, my son. Next thing, wait till I hear. He said how much I go pay. I'm saying go they charge me per video. Hey, I say that's okay now. It's not business now. The TikTok username is obodooyinboconnect. I'm on TikTok, oh guys. Follow me on TikTok. Welcome everybody. TikTok, I'm on TikTok. Obodoyibo TV1. TikTok. So now my picking tell me say I will be paying him. I say, okay, I'll pay you £1 per video. Maybe TikTok videos are very, very short. So he say no, he's not taking £1 though. He wants to take £10 per video. Now say you're never serious. You are not serious. Oh, serious. So we are still in negotiations. We've not agreed yet. We are still negotiating. I say, if I pay you, I will withdraw my allowance. I will not give you allowance again. And he goes, When Toby does, when he wants to do what you will say, I say, me too. Oh my God. Children, they think they have sense. They don't know, say, we serve our sense, plenty, not be here. Welcome, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm on TikTok. My username is obodooyinbo TV1. Thanks to everybody that has followed me. I saw that some people followed me already. So, yeah, please follow on TikTok. We are going to be exploring that and see how it works. If Toby will shake body and behave himself and stop looking for money. I swear that boy is like an Igbo man. Likes money too much. Always negotiating. Always negotiating. Everything is a business transaction. Me, really. It is well, oh. That time, I mean, you said your mom used to say you pay for the food, but if you want to start collecting money from your parents, then you will pay for the food, you pay for all the drinks, you will pay for in fact the air that you breathe inside this house, you pay for it. I'm waiting for my guest though. I be guest back Benny. I've not seen guest though. No matter. Guest say he's driving, no. Okay, guys, let's start. We are starting the show tonight with Instagram Big Boy. All of you saw it. You saw him, oh. Instagram Big Boy. In this life, hustle, oh. In this life, hustle, oh. I mean, seriously, when I used to make videos about Hush Puppy, I was doing videos about Hush Puppies. and the lifestyle on the gram. A lot of people didn't like it. You know, people were used to come for me, but TV, leave him alone. How it disturb you? Why you always they talk about all these Nigerians, where they do 419 abroad? I say it disturbed me because they know they don't hide. And you know, say whether you like it or not, anything good when people they do, people go follow you. If you still they do bad thing, people go follow you. So that is just the thing. It wasn't just doing it, secretly. It was on the gram every day, showing the lifestyle. All of you saw it. And a lot of Nigerian kids, a lot of Nigerian young people were following this guy massively. He has over 1 million followers. I don't know the exact number of followers he had. By the time when they come carry him, when the American government come talk, say, okay, enough is enough. Come cool off for our side. 2.8 million. 9 be followers where he get. And like I was saying the other day, even as he did prison now, when we say they don't in prison and since, where they don't catch him. In post, still they get likes and comments. Anything, something happened. The last post he posted on the 6th of June, 2020. Now, 2020, they catch him. He get over 100,000 comments. 100,000 comments. Because now role model for some people, whether you believe it or not. So I used to make videos and I was just condemning the lifestyle. I go condemn Ayin and Mofai and all of them, that you just know that these guys, the way that they make their money is not legit. I don't know how would you use this kind of word where it can be say these days, if you they talk about people when they make money, when they do 419, they defraud people, they do rituals, they do all sorts of things to make money. Now you go come be the bad person. It's like the world is upside down, to the point now where we say, now people when they do bad thing, they celebrate pass. That is how much Satan has taken over this world. Nigerians, they go tell you, say, if you don't know how to take poor, why you they ask me how to take rich? Somebody go just wake up one day. You don't see what way they do, you don't see business when start to. Now young people, you just know. Young people now they follow them. Massive followership now you get. You don't see business where they do, but you go just they do big boy. You go they do big boy for the gram. People go in comment section, go they beg. People go they do, if you do take away, everybody go the wrong. They wrong. Which business? He doesn't have any business. His business was enjoyment. He will go to different restaurants, he will go and eat, he will drink. He was living in a hotel in Dubai. So somebody wants to tell us about if our guest that we're expecting is going to talk to us about the sentencing. So quick update about that one was that they never say sentence anyway. They talk say now we dey wait for the sentencing. They don't shift the sentencing. How many times they don't postpone the sentencing? Say they go sentence and they go sentence and we never still see sentencing. Now they say na November. Now they'll come talk the day where they go sentence them. So we still dey wait. We dey wait for the sentencing. But before Hush Puppy, make we talk about this guy where they call Leon. John Leon. I be waiting he call himself. This is internet big boy, because I started the conversation with Hush Puppy because he's their godfather. Na him that they emulate. Na him be their role model. Every 419, every ritual person, everybody where they do criminal, all the criminal groups where they full Ninja and all across where they do all these kind of mago things. Now all this Hush Puppy and all these people be their, now they be their godfather. So this one now they catch the other day. They catch am. What did they say they do? Ashe, they do big boy for Instagram. I play on the first video. You get a couple of videos, like he's properly living the life. When they say living it up, he was living it up. Like if you don't get money, now your own bad. This wife, hustle, ashe, ole. Now this kind of thing now they do for the hold dollars. Wanna see?
Get money for this life. Hustle, hustle.
Also, get money for.
Get money for this life. Hustle, hustle.
You know, see, he hold dollars. They shout, say, hustle, hustle. They don't know, say, all that money where he hold, so all those dollars where he hold, so where they say hustle, wait till they put young people for tension for Nigeria, wait till they pepper them. Say hustle, hustle, hustle. Now people will go, they carry. Not be the first time they do am o, according to the story. Don't they do am before? Now the one you can't do now, they say go carry your organ. Now that one they call take cash.
Where you going? Home. Where's home? Home. The place where I.
You know, see am. I said they live the life so that they go see am. You not do anything, no. Maybe just get one room for there. Go just walk up and down, whole phone, a fizzy. Then we can't take video, put for Instagram. People go they say, Baba, 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 find me something now. Also, my palo to. She will take Otikosi Papa one thing. They don't cash her now. They don't cash her now. So, hustle, hustle. So now Bayelsa they say it starts. Now they say in base, they in base for Bayelsa. Now they're in for they do all the runs for that side. They catch people. They catch people. They say this guy, what they call John Leon, so now 15 million, like the lowest money where they ask for is 15 million naira. That's where they start from. 15 million. See, I mean, know they like, maybe they do judgments, for maybe they delete people, but it be like say, when it don't reach this matter now, Nigerian government need to be very decisive. Not be Buhari, because that one will not get president. That one is a sleeping president. Maybe when we get president next year, I pray make Peter Obi win. If Peter Obi win, then they need to take these people, see their matter, they need to handle their matter seriously. Yes. They say na bias idea. They say, yeah, now Oga Patapata na him be for this matter who they talk so. Oga na him be. Now then they arrange. When they come, police come cash and now when they show him, if you see as the guy begin confess, they confess like winch. You don't see winch where they confess. 50 million. The last one when do now, now 70 million. Now in Oga. And they said this guy used to be a banker. He worked in a bank. Can you believe it? He was working in a bank. As a matter of fact, now in Oga is his boss, or the man that used to be his boss. Now him be the victim. 36 years old. Only 36 years old. Now they say he be. Now you go ask for 70 million naira. They see the money for your account. Now police can't go carry am. EFCC go carry am. Now you begin confess. Oh, my wife get belle. Oh no, now only once I don't do. I never do. I never do. It's not the cleaner. It's not just the cleaner. He self agree with him out saying don't go to operation. He saying don't follow them go to operation. It's not just the cleaner. He's saying don't go to operation. He's physically been there, like he's attended two times. And also, he gives information out. He even said that this particular man, when they say they catch so, he said now he point the house out. Say now they point houses out of where the people they stay. Yoruba ni tikule o pani, kode o le pani. Now who no man, now in they do man. So now in the point, go point, say, okay, this one, now he gets money. Okay, be cleaner for the bank. Okay, you working as a cleaner for. Okay, when I say cleaner, I just say the person with they clean the money. Say when they get when you get money in a dubious way, you need to clean them. I thought that was what you mean. Oh, sorry guys, I get you now. He was working as a cleaner in the bank. I see. I just said a banker, Lobaton. But cleaner self now dignified work now. Any work when you dey work with your futures, when you fit talk, say, okay, now the work while they work. I know they do bad thing. My hands clean. Blood no dey my hand. You're not supposed to be shame. When I say janitor, Amaka, now you dey speak English, well, I understand. When they say cleaner, say, I mean, they clean the money. My people, he they claim saying be millionaire. Oh. They say don't do for that side for Takot. Now you can't run come Abuja. You won't come hide for Abuja. The worst part be say, when I don't see the picture when in the church. Now that one, now that one shock me pass. So at the end of the day, yeah, all these people with the whether they talk, when people they talk, they look for all these people they carry people up and down, they kidnap people up and down. People go to say when you see them, man, be like when they talk of devil. If they talk of Satan, you think say if you see him, you go get to horn. Now human being like me and you. Now your neighbor, now your friend. Some people now they are relative, not be our relative. Oh. Because we know if you ever know this kind of people, God forbid. See bros for church, oh. See bros for church. Holy Ghost enter your body. They pray. They fall into spirits. Lie mo ekpe. Ashe. All the Holy Ghost where bros they do. You go pray finish, you go carry people. They demand big money. 70 million, 50 million. They go cash all of that. I don't know if you play the video there for here because of this platform. You know how they did funny. So many things they know they let us do for here. Most of the videos what they do, if I do and finish, they go say one thing. I just, I know even they bother again. Abidemi Rufai, a former government official in Ogun State, he was sentenced in the US. He was sentenced to 5 years, and he blamed it on gambling and corruption in Nigeria. Of course, there would always be someone to blame now. So this guy, they church. Let me share my link. Let's have a conversation because all these people, and somebody was making a case. I think it was one of this person. They talk say all these people where they throw away money anyhow. So me, I strongly believe that EFCC, the best way they can be capturing people now. Now to they check social media, they need a social media. If they never get them already, so those ones say only they know they work the way they supposed to work. By now, because most of these people now social media, now in the day, how American government they catch hush puppy. Not be on top of the social media, they forgot out the information. Only in carrying himself give out. Now on top of in social media. By now, because of the rates when all these rituals and all these people they carry people up and down, so they kidnap, they plenty so. They're supposed to don't create units, social media units where go they work out for all the social media. Any of these people where you go just they throw away money anyhow, or they go club. Now how they go take gather intelligence with that? But those people they think, or those ones don't know that they go church, they donate anyhow. They don't get any visible livelihood though, source of income, nothing, no. You know, go see what they do, but they will just throw away money anyhow. Now how therefore they gather data. Now how therefore they gather information when they will take cash them. By the time they cash them every day, they cash them. EFCC too. Now so they will collect their cut now. Even police, they collect their cut now. By the time they cash them, you go see say this, it go reduce. All this one with a fear. So, if person they go Nigeria, you go fast and pray. Because you don't know what's going to happen to you. You go say it go reduce. By the time they begin, they catch them. Now because they get away. So they basically turn this K thing. So if you are calling it, please don't use the word. Just use K. Call it the K thing. This K thing, they've turned it to a business. People are living off it now. You need to see his confession. And so this guy, they confess. They don't parade and carry and go. He don't go bring out all the people where they work together now. All in partners in crime. He don't bring them come out now. So that is where we are. Anyway, this lifestyle of showing up on Instagram, and most of them, not because they don't even, they still manage you, but all they want to do is to come and pepper people. Show them, I want to oppress people. That's what because if he was a cleaner in the job, then they were paying him. But he preferred to go to the Hilton and be showing off. So the showing off now has landed him. He was going. You go point your guy house out, tell them say that there they live. They go carry your guy 70 million. And the worst part of it is say when they carry person, your life they God handle. There's no guarantee. Oh. There's no guarantee. Not only the grace of God. Quincy, welcome.
Good afternoon, to be.
Welcome, my dear. How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing fine. Um,
Welcome. What do you have to
yes.
say? Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I actually followed this case. He was working in the bank and was dismissed from because of stealing. He was stealing, you know,
Mm-hmm.
in the bank where the inspector general was saying that he was stealing in the bank and was caught. And he was dismissed for that reason.
I see. So now me today, this tip don't they in eye.
No, 2011, no,
Mm-hmm.
2011. So he has a track record.
He has a track record. Yeah.
Yes. So that's how this whole thing now broke out. And the thing is that everybody legit hustle is hard now for this young generation. They don't want to start off. Nobody wants to start off from the beginning. You see somebody that is 40 or maybe 45, 50 living a certain kind of life, and you're just 19 or 21, you want to compete or you want to be like that person, not knowing that life is about process,
Mm-hmm.
and the people who had to do work for a certain number of years, to be able to afford that lifestyle.
Yeah.
So it's really difficult for a lot of these people of this our generation. It's difficult. I remember years back, I started off as a teacher. No, as a teacher in Nigeria, earning as little as 30,000 naira.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to do the job because that is what I have to do, because I have to pay my bills. I don't have to depend totally on my parents as a graduate.
Mm-hmm. These days, most of these young people will not even 30,000. They won't take it. There's no contentment anymore. Everybody wants to live large. You want to fly before you learn even how to crawl. How is it possible? Without getting into criminality, though. How is it possible? Quincy, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. So a
Mm-hmm.
call was coming in. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
So I didn't want to depend on anybody or do anything. I had to take that job after I served. They added it for me to 45. But I had to work. And my dad was like, come back home. I'm like, no, I have to work. And I started working from there and got another job, even as a teacher. And I kept moving. And today I'm now here in the US working. I got a job from Nigeria as a teacher, now in the US.
You
But
got
I
the job
started
from
from,
Nigeria.
yes.
Wow. That's
And I'm now
fantastic.
here as a teacher. And I started from 30,000, 45,000, 65,000, just like that. I kept
Wow.
working. And from that 65,000, I did my master's. From that, because I still do home lessons, different households. Till 9, I'll go to people's houses, teaching their children and doing all those stuff. And
Hmm.
then doing my master's, I finished and I applied for this job here and I got it.
You see
The
how God
truth is
used that?
that,
You see how God used that low paying job is what God used to prepare you for the job that you have now and even live in Nigeria. You see how God works?
so when
Wow.
I talk to the younger girls that I mentor or that look up to me, they feel like I'm not so old. I'm just in my early 30s. But when I talk to those younger, they feel like it's magic. I'm like, no, it's life is just, you have to trust the process. It doesn't
Yeah.
just happen. So I I've told a lot of people about the job or the process or things to do. It's so difficult for them to do it. They say it's so hard. It's so
Hmm.
this and it's so that. I'm
Hmm.
like, no.
No,
If
the
you
for
know
the
that this
girls
is what you
they
want,
want to be slave queens. Those one is slave queen they want to be.
yeah, I had you Auntie B. If I was in Abuja, I served in Abuja. I had that opportunity. I could do those things. I met people that would even tell you, "Oh, you're a fine girl now. Let me introduce you to this person." But that is not my own idea of life. I want to make my own money,
Hmm.
legit way.
Hmm.
So the problem is everybody just wants to live large without working, without starting from the beginning. Like you're seeing somebody in their 30s, you're in your early 20s, you want to have that same life. Yes, you can have it, but all of us, some of us are not from very privileged home or exposed to that kind of privileges in the
But
beginning. You
the
have
people
to
that
put
come
in
from
some
the
work.
privileged background don't even show up on social media, though. Have you noticed?
Yes,
Those who come from privileged background that they are born with silver spoon, you hardly see them doing
you
this
won't even
lifestyle.
know. No, you.
No.
The truth is that I
It's
have
the
a
ones
colleague.
that come from deprived background
She's
that
from
will
a
hold money and say,
very
hustle, hustle.
she was from a very privileged background, but you will never know that this woman was from graduated from Cambridge, and she would never know. Very humble, very humble. So is I will tell my husband that, see, poverty is a problem. I tell him that it's a very big problem, because especially when you have poverty of the mind.
Hmm.
Poverty of the mind, that's the worst thing that can happen to anybody, because if
Hmm.
you have poverty of the mind, you won't even have you have no self-worth.
And
Anything
always
you can
looking
do,
for shortcuts. There is
you
no
will not have
shortcut in anything. Hmm.
anything. You can do anything to get that
Yeah.
money. You don't care whatever it is. And when they come into that opportunity, you want to imagine what they are doing: killing people, taking people's family members. They will beg you when you call them for that ransom, you will not even listen. And you will have the mind to come out and still come and be writing motivational quotes. Have you seen all the motivational quotes he has been writing every day? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
all his
Mm-hmm.
posts all over, he will say something about this of working hard. And he also fronts with a business thing as a interior decorator. That was the
Mm-hmm.
front that he put up, as that's what
Mm-hmm.
he's doing to make the kind of money he's making. So that's like he was fronting as an interior decorator.
Can you imagine? Which interior decorator? I see his page. I didn't see one business post. All his posts were showing off lifestyle,
You,
going to
he,
hotels,
I
drinking,
think
and balling
he had
generally.
that business page that he was like, that's what he's doing for interior decoration as a front. So, and
Hmm.
then they keep tarnishing the image of legit business owners
Hmm.
on Instagram, or people that are really working hard to get money. They are really tarnishing their image. So it's just a thing for the young people, for parents to really try to work on family values. Honestly, I think that's the beginning, because these days parents, their children bring money home, they don't even ask them how it
They don't.
comes.
Oh,
You
they
see a
don't.
young boy buys
Unfortunately.
Benz, and the
Hmm.
parents, the mother will be celebrating, they are happy, they're excited. Who am I? Who born me? Let me buy something, and my parents will ask me, how did you buy it? I can't. So you need to, if that value is at home, your parents are not going to accept any kind of thing, knowing how much you earn or where you work. I think it should go. Parents need to like do better, because even we're seeing a lot of that right now in my profession. Parents need to do better. Try to work, go back, as in back to family values. I did a course recently, and the research showed that in the past, the children were being raised by, like, the top priority of family was like the top gear of raising children in the past, as at the 90s. Before you get to television was like even at the bottom. And that's like media was like the bottom, where people pick up different kind of things, or where children learn things. Parenting, family, church, they were topping. But right now in 2020, social media is number one
Yeah, yeah.
thing that's
Social
of in
media, as
parenting.
good as it is, unfortunately, it's made parenting very, very hard.
Hard.
Honestly.
So it's
Hmm.
is now the top. Social media is top. Friends, number two. Parents are now at the bottom of actually raising and imparting their children. Now the research, that's what it shows right now, and that is a big problem.
Thank you
That's a
very
big
much.
problem.
I appreciate you, Quincy. That's a really good lesson there for people to know that while you are doing the little that you have, be doing it, managing it. When God wants to visit you, imagine teaching in Nigeria, and from Nigeria doing your masters, and from there, boom, you got a job in the US from Nigeria because you have experience. God bless you, Jare. That was so powerful. Really appreciate you. Okay, Valerie, good evening.
Hi, Auntie B.
Hi, welcome.
This is actually my first time calling, but I'm calling from the U.S. and I saw this story, and I was like, I wasn't surprised actually, because
Mhm.
a lot of people that come on social media flaunting, I always side eye. I'm like, okay, where are you making your money? Because
Yeah.
in the US you had like during the COVID time you had the PPP scams loans where people were using fronts of businesses to get money from the government, but now the government is like, okay, we want our money back. So like it's scamming is everywhere. But I think another perspective people have to understand, I don't think a lot of Nigerians see each other as human beings. They see each other as like a single number for an asset. Because he looked at every target as like, okay, this is how much this person is worth. Not that this person has family, kids, anybody, anyone else. It's just like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to gain out of the person. And even like the fact that he was able to go to church is kind of like scary because how many people are you sitting next to in church that are potentially doing different types of businesses? Another thing I would say, even like within Nigerian households, a lot of parents, I guess they want their kids to succeed. So there's always this pressure, right? Like, oh, my friend's son is making 200,000, yeah, point. Like, and they're looking at their own child, but they don't understand that everyone will get to a certain point at a certain time. But the
Mm-hmm.
main thing is that whenever you do get to that point, you do appreciate it when you get there.
Mm-hmm.
Like younger siblings, and I tell them like you will get to a certain point, but it's going to take time. Don't
Mm-hmm.
look at whatever people are doing at the moment because if you are so quick to attain certain things, you're going to get tired of it. And at a point, you're not going to appreciate it as much. But when you get to a certain step slowly, like little by little, you're going to appreciate it more. Also,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people are not as transparent with people how they get to places. So like a lot of these, like I guess slay queens, everyone, they're only showing you the aftermath. Like when they're in these trips, all these like fancy places, they're not really showing you how exactly they got there. So people just think that you go to sleep, you wake up, all of a sudden you have money. Instead of understanding,
Somebody is actually confirming what you are saying about parents pressuring their children and comparing. Stephanie has never called in one day, but she's always here. She's one of our very solid Obodo fam. Stephanie is saying that my mom is on this table. She can compare that, like she
no,
compares her to other
it's
people,
so
which is it's
bad.
not good. Yeah, it's
So
not
bad.
good.
But the thing, like,
Mm.
like even sometimes I know with me, I'm still young. I'm not even up to 30 yet, and my mom is like, "Oh, you have to be moving." I'm like, like didn't I just get a new job like last year?
Hmm.
So like I have to like let me relax, let me take my time. But then
Do you know what it is? I think a lot of African parents live out their dreams on their children.
exactly because my
So
mom,
if they couldn't, especially if the things that they always wanted to do that they couldn't do because of their own circumstances and
mm-hmm,
their background, now they want to fulfill those fantasies in the lives of their children. But it is wrong.
it
I
is
don't think parents should do that. Allow children to live their life. You are not your child. If you wanted to be a doctor and you couldn't be a doctor, don't make force your child to be a doctor. And comparison, oh my God, it just destroys a child's self-esteem. It's not good at
it
all.
really does because the thing you have to understand is that everyone will achieve something. Like as long as your child has a good morals, a good head of their shoulders, I think that's the primary thing Nigeria
Mm,
care about. Like that's all you should care about because regardless, they're going to see success. Maybe it's not now, but they will see success. Because I
mm.
had to tell my mom that at my mom's age, she already had kids. Get a point? So, and she wasn't making as much as me at her age. So you should kind of be proud that maybe I maybe now your kids are
The-
seeing more. I don't know if you get.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm hearing you, my darling Valerie. It's the ying that is making me laugh. She always makes me laugh. Do you know what she said? She said, the ying with Melanie said, the day my mom tried to compare me with her church's friends, the children, and I had to remind her that Dangote is also her age. Her age mate. You should have told her that Folake Alakeja is her age mate.
no, it's true.
Oh my God. I bet she wasn't happy that day that you comparing them.
No,
Oh my God.
the next time because sometimes you have to tell them that like as much as you want me to achieve certain things, how come you're not at this position either?
Hmm.
I think Nigeria. I think we need like I first I used to just blame the government for everything, but I'm starting to see like a deterioration with the I would say mental health and the mental capability of like our youths. And
Yeah.
like what like all we're seeing is flashy things but people
Yes.
don't understand because I used to work in like a boutique with people that used to come in to spend a lot of money for clothes and some of them used to tell me they mix fake and real sometimes. Like all their stuff you see might not be real, but
Mm-hmm.
there are things they might mix things that are cheaper. So like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's because they understand the value of money. They made their money a certain way, so they're not going to be buying top down Gucci because it doesn't make any sense.
Some people won't have money for Gucci and they won't buy
Exactly.
it. Honestly, they will
So
not buy
and
it.
so if you
They
actually
will
think
not buy it. They will not count their £4,000 or £3,000 and go to Selfridges and go and buy Gucci because they'll just feel like, no, I'm not doing it. It's not because they can't afford it. About, I mean, is this really what you want? Unfortunately, you speaking from the perspective of someone who lives in the West.
yes,
Have you ever been to
yeah,
Nigeria?
I go back every year, so I
Oh,
do.
so
Even
you see what happens in Lagos, right?
when I'm in Lagos, the girls are wearing designers more than me. Let me just
It's
say.
worse. Yeah, it's
They're
worse in
wearing
Nigeria.
designer more than me. And when
Mm-hmm.
they're wearing they want you to know that they're wearing designers. They're wearing
Oh
it more.
yeah.
But
Oh
the thing,
yeah.
I don't feel the pressure. And maybe it's because I'm from the West. Like, I don't feel the pressure or the need to keep up with anyone. But I
Mm-hmm.
see that there's also the inferiority complex. Like,
Yes.
I will go back, maybe, I don't want to go back too much to like our colonization, etc. But like, we don't see ourselves as valuable. Like,
As worthy.
as
Yeah. As
worthy. Because
worthy.
even for example,
Hmm.
a lot of the Nigerian designers, you see a lot of foreigners are now going to those Nigerian designers that we used to look like down on it in the past.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like,
They have all sorts of all the brands. Oh, those brands have suffered. You know the foreign brands.
yeah,
Adewale is listing them here. It's making me laugh. They have different categories in Nigeria. Most of them is fake. They have the original ones. They have different. Even the roadside mechanic who wear the one. I told a friend of mine. Let me make you laugh. A very good friend of mine in Nigeria
hmm,
likes those names. So one day she wore this dress that I don't know how they designed it, but they start designed it and wrote Gucci on it. Right? And I said to her, I said, this cloth is really, really beautiful, but why do you have to put Gucci on it? I said, if the Gucci wasn't on it, it would have been finer. She was like, Gucci, you've come, oh, just leave me alone, oh. It's Gucci that is raining, everybody's wearing Gucci. But I said, but it's fake Gucci. She said, it's me that know the one that is fake and the one that is it's real. And she leave her alone, she didn't find it funny since then. If I see her wearing any designers in coat, I'll just keep my mouth shut. I'm
no,
not saying it.
no. I think we just have to embrace ourselves, like who we
Hmm.
experience.
Yeah.
We have so much more to offer, and then I feel like even when you come to the West, like the Western world, people talk about how Nigerians are hardworking, we're resilient, we're perseverant, but I don't think that we see ourselves as that when we're living in Nigeria. I don't.
Yeah, you're right. If you were in Nigeria, the reason why you were not pressured, Valerie, is because you live in America. So
Yeah.
you don't see those things as a big deal, as children over this part of the world generally don't. Some do, but not as much like Nigeria. If you were in Nigeria, you've never been to the airport before. Maybe you came from one village to the city, and you see, this is what all the big girls are doing. Yeah. And that is, you will now, all you want to do is to buy that thing because you want to feel like you belong.
Hmm.
Because you feel like having those things will make you belong to a certain class. And Nigeria, there might not be racism, there is a lot of tribalism, but there is a lot of
Oh,
classism.
this class
Classism.
big on.
That is the big one that we have. That when even for grown up women like myself, when I go to Nigeria, I see the way people look at you. They assess you to see what you are wearing. What kind of bag are you carrying? What kind of shoes are you wearing? Before some of them would even decide if they want to talk to you or not. It is so sad, but it's a reality.
Yeah, it's
It
true.
is a reality.
No, it's.
Thank you so much, my darling.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate you. Please call again. You are so, 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 so comprehensive in your thinking, very analytical, and you are a very powerful speaker. I really appreciate you. Your parents should know that you are going places. God bless you, my darling. Thanks for calling. Right. I have got Bumi Amara.
Auntie B,
Hello,
how are
baby
you?
girl. I'm fine. I'm
How
missing
much?
Monica. Oh, somebody should please help me go and find Monica.
Ah,
Where's
Auntie
Monica?
Monica, where you dey?
Monica, show face. Don't say where I see you. Where you there? I know say
Don't
you
say
dey
where I
watch.
hear her voice. So,
She dey
oh,
walk.
Sam, how are you? Auntie
Mm.
B, you are looking good in your new TikTok video.
Now
I
be
like the
smart thing
video.
no. Now today
Ah,
I just say make I just drop one thing here now. As I thought say TikTok now only few minutes. I say okay, maybe we
no,
begin to drop the thing for them now. Maybe we'll see how that one
yeah,
they go.
I just feel
Mm.
I'm sharp sharp for one group where I did. You're
Thank
looking
you.
really penging. I see your face. Your face is like Naomi Campbell. I said I need to
Ewo,
lose
Emi
weight.
nìkan tán.
I'm helping you. And
Thank
to me,
you.
this topic is really, it really hits home. It's sad because I
Mm,
know that I'm not in Nigeria, but I still, I left home when I was, before I turned 26. I left
mhm.
Nigeria and I
Yeah.
haven't gone back. Well, I have my younger sister there, and I can see the pressure that she goes through with the friends. You know that she's met youth service, blah blah blah. She's always writing me, I need this, I need that. She just recently got a job. So before she got a job, and one thing I respect about her is that she always tells me what she wants, right? So I try to converse with her that, why are you doing this? What do you need this for? I try to push her to do handwork, to do something, but she just wants soft life. I know
Yeah.
that she's the last child, so part of that comes from that. But that generation is like, and we're not. I'm 8 years, 7 years older than her, so
Mhm,
it's not like we're far, 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 far. But she just wants everything handed to her. So I was
mhm.
so glad when she got a job and she's working now. So every time she gets an alert, the way she disturbs us on the group chat, hey, I say thank God, oh. Now she understands what money is about. What my mom is saying, buy this for me or buy that for me. She's like, oh, okay, mommy, you wait more, blah, blah, blah. She's growing now. So I think part of it is, I'm not saying that I'm blaming. Obviously, Nigeria has long ways to go, but the education system, the fact that there are no jobs, and then people just see life as, I just want to live soft life. They don't, again, people don't show the struggle. People just show the glory or the hammer, or oh, I'm driving this, I'm driving that. Even here in Canada, you see people that just got here, they get a new car, they lease it. And I'm not saying that's a problem, because that's how the system works here, is leasing.
Mhm,
But then when you
mhm.
want to buy a house or a
It's
property,
affordability. It's
yeah,
affordability. Can you afford it?
can
I
you
see the
afford?
point you are making about that leasing of cars.
Yeah,
Yes,
but to
you
me,
can lease cars, but are you going to lease the one that you can comfortably afford, or you
thank
are still
you,
going to carry that Nigerian mentality and go and
thank
carry a
you,
big car
Auntie
that will
B,
take
thank
80% of
you,
your wages? Because
thank
that's not
you.
wisdom.
Okay, you just said it, because when you want to buy property, because you need a car, in a place like Canada, you need a car. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a big land. Like you can't be working, especially when you have kids. It's really really taxing. So when you want to buy a car, you buy what you can afford, depending on your wages. But then you say you want to buy a house. They will tell you, when they do credit check, they will tell you that, oh, you have this debt. Credit card debt is everybody that has credit card debt at this point. And some people have minimum. There was a research that came up, minimum 3 credit cards. So, and I work with Mastercard. So when I see my brother and my sister and they're coming and they want to take credit card, I'm like, okay, I do assessment. I will make sure that my accent will come out well, so that they will know that, if you don't know by my name, oh, you know by my accent that I'm African. So that they will just, even they'll throw their eyes away and be like, bruh, this thing will spoil your credit in the long run. It will spoil your credit in the long run. You'll be able to buy a house, you'll be able to get a business loan, which will build generational wealth. Not this small leasing for a car. So you see somebody buying latest BMW, Honda Civic, what do you call it, that came out last year, and it's like 45K, 35K, but their annual salary is 40,000. And to be
Hmm. Hmm.
making make sense. You
Hmm. Then
know,
they'll start borrowing up and down. Ask me why
thank
they will
you.
not permanently be broke.
That is it. So it's not even just in Nigeria. It's the mentality of, I want to. Somebody was telling me that she drives all day. I said, yeah, you drive all day. Me too, I drive all day. I drive to work, I drive back. We're all in the same traffic. But it's
Mhm.
not by my car. I know what I have, right? You know what you're preparing for. You get something that's okay, but that you can pay off in case you want to get a house, you want to invest in a property, you want to buy something. You're not thinking in the long run. You're thinking right now. So let me buy cha-cha. Let me buy and
Yes.
post.
It's
Let me,
making poor
yeah,
financial decisions. Nigerians,
yeah,
we have a problem with
yeah,
vanity.
yeah. It's a big
Everybody has a
problem.
bit of vanity in them. Like you work hard, you want to reward yourself with something nice, right? But
Yeah,
it depends. I hear somebody was telling me a story one time in this UK about this lady that, she's not doing a professional job, oh, and a job is a job, right?
yes.
But the point I'm trying to make is that she's not a big earner. She's
Mm-hmm.
not earning 6 figures or 5 figures or even 4 figures. She's just doing a normal, regular job here. The average salary in the UK is like maybe £26,000 a year.
Yeah.
So it's not like we earn big money here like that.
Yeah.
So this lady, the person was telling me that all her money that she earns is gold she uses to buy. And if
Hey.
she's going to somebody's event, right, she will carry three sets of gold. She's not the celebrant, oh, Bumi. She will change. During the party, she will go and change.
What?
After a while, she'll go and change again. Then she will now start taking pictures. All is pepper them,
Ah,
show
ah.
them. Pepper them means I mean, showing off. That's what it
Yes,
means to pepper
now.
them. It
I
means to
did
show
not.
off. Somebody's
Yeah.
asking what's the meaning. Is
Okay.
show off. So
Mm.
someone like that, everything they work for, they are using it, including buying in debt and be paying small. So you
Yeah.
can imagine. So you know
Yeah.
that she's never going to have any savings. She's not going to have any property, both here or in Nigeria. She's not going to do no. She's working and collecting from
I'm spending.
her, everywhere she can get just
Yeah.
to pepper them. This is the
Yeah.
problem with that is what leads all these boys and girls to this lifestyle.
Yeah. So if we don't have this understanding that clothes, jewelry, all that, they're just stuff that you use for daily. It's not investment. It's not something that will take you take you far in life. You can't use it. So when you go to the bank and say you want to buy this now, they'll say, "What do you have?" You cannot say, "I have Gucci." I have Kate Spade, I have Pandora, I have whatever. No, they are talking of assets. They're talking of assets. So if you want to earn, you want to build good credit. You want to make sure that all those things, clothes, they are not assets. You can buy a nice clothes. You can buy, like say me now, I buy it from H&M. I buy One River Island. I buy some, but nobody's counting my. I'm not counting anybody's money. I'm nobody's counting
Nobody
my
even
money.
looks at you in the diaspora. It's in
Oh,
Nigeria that they look at the brand.
and
Over
today,
here,
and today,
Oyibo,
Canada is worse. You've been to Canada now. Nobody said.
who sign you for it? Who even they see you? My sister used to say she doesn't like here because nobody sees you. Even
No
if you carry
fashion.
expensive bag, nobody
No,
will see it and say, "Huh? Nobody sees
seriously,
you. Who cares? Who cares? Nobody sees you." Eh?
nobody.
Oyibo that is rich, you will never know. But
You
in
won't know.
Nigeria, the looking
Yeah.
down on you is too much.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Even in African churches here too. So I understand why some people are like, I don't want to go to that church because some African churches, some, not all, they want to do, they want to show up. That's the day they dress well, they dress to kill. So people will not be wearing their best dress. And you don't know, you that you're just managing yourself, you be like, oh, you want to compete them. Manage yourself, cut your coat according to your size, and think for yourself, your family. That's what I just wanted to add.
Thank you so much, my darling Bumi. Ọmọ Igbo tó ń sọ Yorùbá. God bless you, my darling. Thanks for your contribution. Okay, we're moving forward now. I'm coming to you, Bamidele, then I'll take Uncle Kidola. I see you, Uncle Kidola. I'll be with you in a minute. Bamidele, welcome. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. What's on your mind?
Um, it's good that we're mentioning a lot about these financial issues because this is what I study because this is actually what my dissertation is on. It's on measuring the financial self-efficacy and or financial knowledge on the financial behavior among adults residing in the United States. And um, in our culture, we're not taught a lot about financial education and literacy and how to properly manage your finances.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that this is really necessary that we need to incorporate into our culture because if we have financial education, we people in our culture or even other African nations won't be, doing all this nonsense of trying to compare yourself, trying to get the best clothes or this or that, whether if you're in the diaspora or whether if you're in Nigeria or whatever. I feel that, if you know if as an individual you know what is your value and you know what you want out of life and you know what what are your goals
Mm-hmm.
in specifically your financial goals, then you don't need to be comparing yourself to anybody else because you know that you know what you want to accomplish in your life. So that's what I wanted to bring.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I hear you loud and clear. Thank you so much for that. We need a lot of financial literacy to teach about money. We know, I think, especially Nigerians, we know how to spend. We spend, 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 spend. We as we are making it, we are spending. We are making it, we are spending. But guys, please, oh, ẹ má jẹun pẹ̀lú ọwọ́ yín. Not your 10 fingers. Ẹ má fi 10 fingers jẹun o. Please, for whatever reason, you don't need to pepper anybody. You don't need to show up to anybody. You need to save for the raining day. You need to develop, good financial habits. And remember that old age is knocking on the door. Old age. I see a lot of old people, a lot of older people from our community that are really struggling financially. And it's not the best. You begin to wonder what happened. Maybe they used to have, maybe they didn't know how to manage, and so many things. I don't know, but Olagbara, it is well. Hello, you're welcome, Uncle Kidola.
Thank you very much. Oh. Thank you to bring me into this place. Thank you very God bless you.
No
You don't
problem.
say make us start quick because you see, I don't want to talk this thing. The problem when Nigeria get now they are lies. You understand me? Nigeria is a country where I say 98% they when they're there. I say every Nigeria they be liars. Big liars. And then that liars, now they choke them so. If they choke them, it be like tie, whether they drag, they don't they tighten slowly. They tight for their neck. You understand me? You tell me. You see this lifestyle, these criminals, not be only these people, politicians also. They go steal money.
Now so it's from top to bottom. Now so.
After they don't steal money finish, they'll go church, they pray. The Nigeria be thief. Nigeria they go be thief. They'll see the go church, go they talk Jesus name for that place.
See am for church now. Not being they church so.
They
Now front
cry.
is sit down put to. It they Holy Ghost. If Holy Ghost, it dey.
Most
After you finish
in
this
the
one,
pray.
you will still go kidnap people. Egba me.
Nah.
People know they fear God.
Most of them when they go that church, you tell me you know okay. Let's say person get job, you go know how a business still dey start. What it be in return? How much you could spend? Now the same thing also go lead to Nigerian marriage, into our marriages also. Whereby say a guy go say one married guy when don't make her, he don't make her. Those days when they grow up, women they marry starter, they go build the life together. But if you come now, they don't want to hear that one. So nobody say these kidnappers and the politicians and the lifestyle of Nigeria now disaster. You tell me, person go build house for 5 million naira. If you go outside, you go say he has now 100 million. The same thing when that kidnapper they do and the corruption, now see they affect even building a house, make land come dey expensive, building materials come dey expensive. It come like say they choke themselves now with rope. Even to breathe, they don't feel breathe again. The lie don't they choke them. It don't they choke them. Everybody, see, most people they say, oh, I will not be like that. They try to sing nice. Now, life. If most Nigerians come into power, those that could not get their hand into that FGM money, they'll go into kidnapping. They'll go into this thing. We do they live fake life. Our life they fake well. The same thing from the way say go and leave Nigeria, go abroad. Now, the same thing that they do. You tell me, who's European leader?
The politician, when people they complain about Nigerian politicians, go be like say now from Cameroon or Gambia, now in the politician come from. Not be from within the people, now in the politicians will come. Not be ordinary Nigerians, they become politicians when they enter office.
You see, do they just spoil our name so for everywhere, even for abroad. Whereby say even if you want to say you want travel, they will look at you twice.
Even for Dubai, imagine. Dubai,
for that
Dubai. Desert. When people they go spend their money, Dubai know they want Nigerian to enter now. They say before you enter Dubai now, you must get 5 million naira for your account.
I say you go to see Nigerian person Coco now, you go they lie to you. You go tell you say black now white.
Not be everybody, Sha. Make we no generalize. Not be everybody. Good people still in Nigeria.
If you see, auntie, if you do business with Nigeria, they go there good to you for 3-4 days.
Not be everybody.
They go try to drag you in. After they don't drag you, finish, they go eat you.
Not be everybody.
From there. You know, they're going to talk sweet, then they look you. You understand me? But waiting, the problem we'll get for Nigeria now, you know, to solve them, it will take time. It will take years. Generation go, don't they come out? They still, you not go feed this so because the thing don't spoil for so many years.
What about churches where they ask for 1 billion? I don't see one video when Babadebo they ask for 1 billion. 1 billion naira.
You see all of the I say all of them are the same thing they be. The same mind that they
Churches when
get.
they churches because now waiting the person they talk for social media be that say churches too they put pressure when they tell people to donate money, donate money, donate money. At the end of the day, people want impress pastor. They feel say if they donate money, they will give them title to be deacon, to near pastor, and all those things.
Eh,
They get special privilege.
the thing started there inside 90s. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Inside that 90s, when I did University of Benin, now this capitalist church, I first noticed them at the beginning. You understand me? When I did first, when they would sing "Lean on Me," all those kind of good music, the pastor go dress up, he go they shine. He go say, "Look at me, look at me, look, do I? God is blessing me. God is blessing me. Look at me." He go organize all this usher and all these fine guests. Where go call they penetrate university boys. You understand me? You just say the girl like you, now like they drag you come in church. When you go wear it when you want, wear earring or wear cap. This is inside 90s. You just tell me for 1990 till now, that's almost about 30 something years, even before
Mm-hmm.
that one. Who if
Mm-hmm.
build 4 bedroom flat, go there happy, who go know how money to come. Who they do business inside 80s, who they know how money to come. But now you person will just wake up on it, you don't be multi-millionaire.
You don't
How?
become nobody they ask. But for here, every money when you get, you go account for them and you go pay taxes on top.
How,
You go pay taxes on
how
top. You go tell them how you take get them. If na
and
business you do, you go do your business account. You go pay the taxes on top. Try to buy house for here. Now you go know. You
now
go
be the
pay,
first but
you must account for every money. If na work you dey do, they go ask you for your pay slip. If na business, they go tell you to bring your business account. And you go also show them how you the taxes what you pay for the number of years before you go fit justify how you take get that money. If you dey do korokoro business before, say make you dey say na cash in hand. Because you know, say our people they always find way around to beat system. But they don't know, so you go where they get their system, they make their system solid. If you dey do cash in hand, you know they gree declare money. That day when you need that business account to use them, they go ask you how many the tax where you don't pay for this money. You say you dey do business, Abby. Well, yeah, go bring your taxes. If you never pay, they will come refer you. Like for UK, they will come carry you go HMRC. Then they will come bill you all the tax where you be the owe Mama Charlie for the past how many years where you dey do the business. You go pay them whether you like it or not.
if
Now
if
so.
if money enter your account, say you they work, you know they spend that money. And they go they
Sure.
think, wait,
People when
where
they
they
do
get
a
money?
job, this ordinary contribution, what would they do for years? So then they close their account all the time now. When you go,
Eh,
they see 1,000 the enter person account. Bank they close accounts because they try to
now
protect against all this money laundering and things like that. So you'll just hear say they don't close your account. They'll tell you say how this money take waka. But for Nigeria, now bankers self be there. Now bankers self they help them. They all these people they
okay.
kidnap people. Now bankers
And
they help them.
how this guy take they carry all this money, not be bank they put them.
70 million.
And as bank, they have say, come, which work you they do? Come. How you think they do this job? No, and that will be the thing you say, even the Nigeria when they cry so say, hey, things wrong for hey, oh, bad government. Now the set all of they be corrupt people. The same thing. If you do business with them, they go pet you in everything. The pace how they want to hit you. If you do
Mm.
business with them, they go
It's
pet
not
you in
it's
for
not
6 months.
everybody. You one thing I don't notice about you be say you they classify all Nigerians as bad. And that's not
See,
it's not true.
because at the I tell you one thing there.
Mm.
Because when somebody don't deal with you, when somebody don't deal with you, you go look up at. If they don't deal with you, you say true. Or some of them go make you friend. You say they be your real friend. No, they
But
make you
now
friend
people deal with you,
to
now
keep you.
individual deal with you, not be the whole Nigeria now.
Okay. At the be more just take all these things. How the country take degenerate like that? If not just few people they do this thing. If not few people they do this thing, how you just take degenerate like this? You understand me?
Mm.
Whereby
Mm.
you go see governor. Okay, see abroad. If David Camera, you say that if there's something they say one beautiful apartment, you understand me? He and the wife and children. Our politicians they'll go build one big castle with their state money for Abuja. Then go London. You understand me? Everybody they entitled. Everybody they entitled. And the worst one people say come leave America or Canada. Go home, say they won't do politics. Now they say that the even worst part those won't even do home self in terms of corruption. In terms of
Mm.
corruption. So the thing
No,
they inside
I
them,
mean, I
the
know
thing
say
they
good Nigerians full everywhere. That's the
the thing
truth.
they is
But you know,
the thing they
say
is uh,
I know say you don't get your own personal experience, but you know Now only bad thing na in the trend. For every one Nigerian, when they do bad thing, you go see 10 Nigerians when they do the right thing. That's a fact. No forget say Nigeria, now over 200 million people they talk about the ones that they in Nigeria alone, no, not the ones that they abroad, though. So Nigerians plenty.
The
We are
world we
very
not
plenty.
we
We are not
we
a
plenty
small
well well.
country.
We
We are
plenty
the
well
most
well. Okay.
populous black nation in the world. So anything one person do like this, boom, the news go be everywhere. And a bad news they travel. But people still they do legit business where all across Nigeria. What about the market women? What about the farmers? What about the mechanics? What about the vulcanizers? What are all these small artisans where they do their business? What about people where they build houses, bricklayers, all those people? They do their own thing. They live
At the
their own
be
life.
at the be yes. When are they grow?
Not
I don't be
everybody be Yahoo
I
boy.
be I be for old school. I be old school. When are they grow?
Mm,
It's a late 70s. When are they grow? This was very normal. For Canada, the build house. You understand me? You don't know when person money wet till they come. You don't know everything. It changes
mm.
around 82 slowly
Yeah,
when
I know. I
politicians
know. I know. Say
they
many
want
of these people don't date now. Like,
ahead.
the values don't change. We dey always talk am for here.
It
People
don't
too they
die.
hungry for money now. Like
It
they
don't die.
desperate. They won't make money by any means necessary.
You go one
Which
marry.
is
You,
now the politicians cause am. Now they start am. Now they first they
you go
start to the
one
show off.
you go
The
one
church
marry.
I join
A
them.
woman go to your pocket.
Social media
So
add join am. The 80s wey they talk, so social media no dey, internet no dey. When we dey grow up, phone no even dey. TV now from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. NTA Benin go close. That's it. So life don't change. Social
at the,
media, all these new generation churches and politicians and so many things don't contribute to why all these
at,
things.
at the B, see, I not marry Nigerian woman, no. May I just tell you
Mm-hmm.
the truth. I not marry
Okay.
Nigerian woman.
Why? You know, like Nigerian women?
I don't even marry Africa self. You
Where you
understand me?
marry?
I marry
Mm.
Igbo. You know what I so?
Okay.
I marry
Mm.
Igbo
Mm.
for 25 years now.
Mm-hmm.
25 years. Now marry Igbo. The way
Mm.
that they live their life, eh?
Mm.
You not go see goat for their neck. You understand me? They're not going to buy
Mm.
expensive things, they go like that. But now they get money pass. It tells say
Mm.
to eat and to save for any better life.
Mm.
Our women, our men will not get money, they go to show up. Now so show up,
Mm.
so show up,
Mm.
show up,
Mm.
show up. How you fit live life like this? My wife father now my wife father now as director for Shell. Go a
Mm.
house where the man is stay. Very simple. Simple life.
You know
You
if you
understand me?
compare us to Oyibo, I know so Oyibo simple, but you know if you compare us to Oyibo, brother Kidola, you know if it. You know why? Because Oyibo gets their pedigree different from us. A lot of people when they never see money before, when they see money for the first time, the way they go act, behave from Oyibo. Make I tell you, for this UK, I don't see Oyibo where it be say na their money that they pass on from one generation to the other. Where be say your grandpapa he don't get, your papa don't get, how you no go get now? By the time your papa delete, like you know how many houses go live for you, you come into inheritance. So you know if you compare us to Oyibo, but I get your point. But make you take suffering, the generalize. It be like say you get you be Nigerian, but you come be like say you hate your own people, and that one no good. So suffering with the generalization because that one no good. Okay, thank you, brother Kidola. I'm moving on now to Donta. Hi, Donta. Where are you joining us from?
Hi, my name is Emeka. That's YouTube name Donta.
All right.
Uh, I
Welcome.
I am joining from Finland.
Finland.
Uh, yeah, and
Welcome.
thank you very much. I would like to correct the last caller because he said a lot of things that are wrong in the sense that you can't generalize it. Even these Oyibo people that is hyping like that, you see the good and the bad. The
Oh
same
yeah,
with Nigeria, you see the good and the bad.
that's
So
true.
he was just lucky that he married a good woman.
Oh
If it was a
yes.
bad one, he will come out and be saying, all this Oyibo, all of them, they are fully, all of them are this, all of them, the same way he's saying this Nigerians, this, are that. So in a country where there are more than 2 million people, it's kind of like over here in Finland, like I've met some other Africans when they see a Nigerian. They'll be, ah, Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that. Okay, there was this guy that met me the other day. I went to the gym and the guy immediately I just told him I'm from Nigeria. Hey, he just shouted 419. I looked at him. I said, yo, you don't you don't know me. What do you
You
mean
don't
by
you don't
that?
label you as
Hmm.
419. Oh
So
my gosh.
that's
Mm,
totally wrong. It's kind of like,
mm,
and most of all this African country, they're envious of Nigerians. That's why they do all this, so that they see like someone there, like okay, like what I actually have experienced and noticed is like, okay, like now, Nigeria, we get our own swag, like people will know. So like a Nigerian is in a room. So because of the guy is envious and intimidated of this Nigerian, he will now
mm.
be bringing of 419, this and that, so that the white girl they are chasing after will now be
No
looking,
green.
oh yeah,
Mm.
so I
And it,
discovered that a lot. So that's bad. Anyways, back to the issue.
mm,
This people posting money online, like this kidnapper.
mm.
Um, the young generation see it on like, and before you know, everybody yahoo is it's a legit business, this and that and this. You see a 15-year-old, 17-year-old trying to do yahoo.
Mm-hmm.
So that's I think it's from the home.
Yeah.
It depends on the home, the way the
Mm,
parents bring them
mm,
up,
mm.
because there are some homes that the parents don't tolerate rubbish. Even the kid will not be like, will have the fear of the parents. Like, yo, if I enter this kind of thing, yo, what will my mom or what will my father
Mm.
do? Uh,
Yeah.
so
What about social media? You think say social media don't contribute to this deterioration? What would they see so? Social media because
yeah,
now
so
there be
so
now the app, especially Instagram, now the app when
you know.
you know now there
Yeah,
they show
that
off.
social media get the good, it get the bad. So social
Mm.
media, it be like social media, they dey still dey show fake life. So you go see person, you go borrow clothes wear, come social media, yo, dey hype himself. I fit even go person house like this way dey well to just dey post, yo, how many days have I worked, this and that, work hard to achieve that.
Hustle,
Also, before you know, the young generation will be looking like anyhow.
they go believe.
Nowadays, they believe.
Mm.
So social media is also a problem, and it's a good thing because social media, you get a lot of information before that you don't normally get.
Mm.
Imagine you want to learn a skill, you can through social media you can learn that,
Mm.
because when you enter YouTube, you type wetin you want, you go
Mm-hmm.
definitely see person wey do video about that.
Mm-hmm.
So it has the con and the pro. So that's part of the con, that a lot of fake lives in social media. Like even
Benny.
all these people that are doing skits in Nigeria, most of them, yo, you see, I bought car. One of my cousin the other day was saying he saw one of them. He doesn't have any of those. He looks like someone that doesn't
In
really.
a trek.
Yeah, they use negative sense.
Most of it is fake, but the
So
impressionable young ones, they know they believe. That's
they know
them.
they believe
They
that
no go believe. They will think say maybe na so the money day that they are actually living that life. So the life on the gram basically is different from the real life for most of them because people when they really get money, know they show off for social media.
yeah, that's the crazy thing. If you check, people will actually get that money, they know they too they show themselves. They don't
Mm,
they know they show themselves.
yeah.
Because a lot of people have spoiled our reputation outside of Nigeria. And
Mm,
do you know why? Okay, look at my point of view. In Nigeria, there are 200 million people.
mm-hmm,
Let's say it's the next. most populated country like Ethiopia, it's not even half of Nigeria. So
Mm-hmm.
you have a lot of people with a lot of character. So you
Mm-hmm.
can't compare us with people like Ethiopia. All this. So we have our issues. The kind of issues that we will deal with is not the kind of issue they are dealing with because their
Mm.
number is not even up to our number.
I saw that they slightly worried with that last caller, that brother Kidola. And this is not the first time when they talk about Nigerians. I notice even the
They
other
say
people when they talk about
over
Muslims.
here in Finland, I know someone that got married to white person. They always complain, say the woman no get hair, this and that and this. Imagine that kind of woman, this one, the guy marry. You know, but they come, they
Mm,
say white woman because he marry good person. In every
mm,
race, in every culture, you will see the good and the bad.
that's the
Just
truth.
be, just, just pray to God you actually get involved with the good people, not the bad. That white people when they make noise, yo, 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 you go see people, the white person when they wear flashy thing, when they show himself. So it
Mm,
just depends on the personality and the character of the person.
hmm. All right. Thank you so much, Emeka, for joining us from Finland. Really appreciate your contribution. Now,
Thank
individual,
you.
nine matter, not beyond Nigerian, but good Nigerians, they. You said you be good Nigerian. I should say they represent Nigeria well for Finland. Abi?
For sure now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a man go
Okay.
to.
All right, yo. Now do well for our body, oh. All the good Nigerians, shout out to all of you there out there that are representing Nigeria well. One day, we go clean up and mop up this our image so that, they're not going to drag us like this, like I pass my neighbor generator because it's not fair. But unfortunately, when they drag bad people, they will still they drag the good people when they don't do anything. Join us so life be. So now to fix our country, now the solution be that so that we go begin to root out all this evil where they happen. So if we have a good governance or good government where they responsible, when they know what they do, all these boys they go fish them out now. They go take them. They go find them where they. First of all, if I get any say for leadership for Nigeria, the first rule I go put for them, make dem no dey pay them again. Nobody should pay any kidnapper again. You go see say the thing go begin dey drop. Make dem no pay them again. I dey always watch American movies and I dey hear say, you go dey hear dem dey talk say United States of America, dem no dey negotiate with T. I no fit use the word here. They no dey negotiate with T. When you time you dey negotiate with them, you go pick person wey dey blackmail you no go stop. You go dey milk you. The one you get, you not get, you go collect, give them. So they need to stop paying them. That's the first thing. But people are always panicking. Oh, man, I don't go delete him. It's my husband, oh, it's my sister, oh, this, that. They'll start paying. Once they stop paying them, then first of all, it takes away this business of transaction. Bring money. When they don't say, they know they pay again. No government don't put law. Say anybody will pay any of these boys will carry person. In fact, may they arrest them. You go see say the business go begin they go down because now it's a business. People are doing it. They are doing it because they pay them because they continue to pay. If me get stay for Nigerian government, that's the first rule. No more paying. When I don't pay them again, may they go find work. For real, welcome. Oh,
Thank you. How you doing, Auntie B?
I'm good, thank you. What do you have to say?
Thank you. Well, I was going to say something with regards to the mentality of Nigerians, but I'd like to do a little. I'd like to say something with regards to the lady that just spoke and the man that was complaining about Nigerians. First of all, let me tell that man complaining about Nigerians that this America, why the white people don't do free for this country. This,
Lobaton.
this, yeah, a lot. I don't know if you heard about the story. This in early. I don't know if you watch Ellen DeGeneres. There was this man that duped the whole of America through that site whereby you can give people money. No, say the man plan say him be homeless person. He can plan with another person say that them homeless, say they need money and other kind of things. So they gave them the whole country donated money for more than $4 million. Gave them
You
this.
self contribute. You go contribute too.
Now everybody, say if you date for these Americans, you have empathy. And a lot of people leverage on the fact that people are weak and they sympathize a lot. The fraud, they caught the map. So what I'm trying to say, there's so many fraudulent stories in this country.
No
That's
where
why a
they
lot
do
of people are
scam.
in jail.
Make we just
And
establish this
exactly,
one now. America, na there, the scam where they go on for America, no, they happen for anywhere in the world. That's the truth. If not
it's the
that
number
one,
one place. It's the number
now there they do scam pass for
America.
the whole of the entire world. That's the truth.
The difference is that
Only say they know they
the
put their own
system
bad
works.
story out there. Now it make we feel say all those countries perfect. They know they clean. A lie. All of them get their own things where they do. I dey hear you for real. Be like say you they drive. For real.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. Your audio is not very good. It's like you are on the road.
I said the difference between America and Nigeria and Europe is that the system in this country works. If they catch you, you are going to jail. You pay for it. The security system, so many things work for this country, unlike Nigeria. You know?
Your audio is not good, I'm afraid, for real. It's very, very faint because you're on the road. Try again. Maybe try and join again. And when you are in a better, if you have a better line, it's very, very faint. But I get your point. You say they dupe you for America. Scam the apple for America. Should people they watch all this crime channel for America, true life crimes, and all those where they dupe people, they swindle you. The person where do the swindler. What's be the name of that person where do something swindler? Where all the babes where gather together. If I say Kidola, you know so you both they do scam too. Now wow. The what is the name of that swindler? You push remind me. The one that was collecting money from women and was telling women to go and bring their Tinder swindler. God bless you, Madaya. The Tinder swindler. Hey, JJJ. You need to go and watch that movie. It's based on real life story. In fact, it's the women that he swindled that came on the on what's it called on Netflix when they interviewed them. They were borrowing money, credit card, everything. This guy was so not only Nigerians. It's not a good thing to be proud of to say now we do pass, not be them, now them do pass, but not only us. Make we know they try ourselves under the boss. If people they condemn us, we will still they condemn ourselves. I don't understand. We need to really know what happened to you because when they talk about relationship that day, you first talk like this about Nigerian girls though. How now materialistic, they are this, they are this. Even I say they don't really show this on cool well. Oh. I don't know what happened, Sha. But the say something happened there. Okay, we're rounding up now. Omoye, how are you, love? Unmute yourself. Omoye Scanner, can you hear me? Omoye don't walk out come on for where mic do.
Hello, I can hear you. Can you
Can you
hear
hear
me?
me? Yeah, I can hear you
Yes,
now.
I can hear you now. Sorry, I
Mm-hmm.
stepped away for a minute. That guy just triggered me. That guy, that man that called in, he really
Mm-hmm.
triggered me. You see, this is the problem. Greetings, Sister B. Sorry, I beg,
Mm-hmm.
Mona like, before I talk, Mona like first. I beg, Sister
Mm-hmm.
B, look your like. Mona
Mm-hmm.
like, Mona increase the like, I beg, I beg.
Mm.
How is it going? Is it increasing, Sister B?
It's increasing. You push you like, Jare. Eshe, thank you.
Uh-huh. So this guy just triggered me. This is the problem. This is the problem, right? When some of our brothers and some of our sisters, when they marry Fufunene people, they have such disdain for themselves. They don't even know
Mm.
they project it on other people. I've heard this is the second time I've heard this man come on this platform to speak, and
And I
each
think it's come
time
to our last. The first time I heard him was on our last channel.
I've never heard him prior, but every time, twice I've heard him. I believe I could be wrong. Maybe it wasn't him the first time, but you cannot just come and generalize the disdain that just comes through this man as he's speaking. If you have such disdain for your people, why are you calling on the platform?
Hold on, I
Can't
think
you be
it's
with
back.
the
Oh, I
dark
think he wants
color?
to correct something. Oh my yeah, he's come back.
He
Kidola,
better come and correct it because
uncle.
it is
Hold, hold,
very
hold on,
embarrassing.
hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I don't speak by emotions. You understand me? I'm a proud Nigerian. You
You
understand me?
didn't show. You spoke
Hold
from
on, hold on,
emotions
hold on,
earlier.
hold on. When we start denying things that is happening in that country and things that people will easily do to you, have you? Let me ask you something. When you're going to buy a house, your friend that you call your friend for years, then dupe you or scam you with a very huge amount of money, will you be talking like this? Or you think
But
you
it's
are
not
friends?
everybody that duped you now. It's
Hold
your
on,
friend that
Exactly.
duped you.
hold
It's
on.
not the
Exactly.
whole Nigeria
Hold on.
that duped you.
RTP, hold on. Or you are friends, right? You see the pattern. When you take the rope together and you start tying them, you start seeing that most Nigerians sometimes have these things inside their DNA. You get what I'm telling you.
That
So
I
what happens?
disagree with you
Hold on,
completely on.
hold on,
That's a
hold
problem,
on.
though.
You talk with emotion. This side Nigerians deny what
You
is
are
going on.
talking with emotions.
You
You
understand me?
right now are talking from
Hold on.
emotions.
This side Nigerians deny our problem. This is what
This
we
is
are
why
talking
you have. This is why you're the
about.
way you are. It's
You
such a
understand me?
shame that you're married to some
About
palm-colored woman.
sorry,
He gives you the
I
audacity
don't
to
know
talk
you.
down on the
I don't
generality
know
of
you.
a whole
Shut your
population.
mouth.
That means
Shut
that
your
you
mouth. Shut
yourself
your
are
mouth.
utterly
Shut your mouth.
corrupt, and
Okay,
you
Shut your mouth.
need to
okay,
check yourself. You need to go love yourself first. You
okay.
need to go and love yourself
I don't
before
take
you
that.
come on the platform and speak. It already shows that you have a lot of disdain for yourself. What kind of
Okay,
nonsense is that? This is
let's
the
calm down.
rhetoric that's been going on and on. You guys will go marry palm color people and then come and be putting your own people down. Do people here? Don't I live in this country? What are you telling me? Everybody has their own experiences. How can you classify, write off a whole group of people because of your own personal experiences? With all due respect, sir, you really have disdain for yourself. Use
Okay,
the word hate, but you gotta go check yourself. What kind of
yeah.
nonsense is that?
Yeah, calm down. Okay, I understand. I understand. I completely understand where you're coming from. Yeah, just calm down. Let's not allow emotions take over because both of you are emotional now, and he was going somewhere I never ever want anyone to get to. So I had to let me shut that down. Calm down, please. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. You are triggered. You did say that. Temi T, you jumped in because you want to say something.
Yes, Auntie B, hello.
Hello,
Hello.
darling.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in the comment section. Hi,
Yeah.
yeah, my dear. Yeah, I'm also a bit triggered, but I'm gonna take it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so um I think he has just been able to, distract us from the main topic.
Mm.
And yeah, the first time this guy I heard him, he was on Ola's channel.
Yes, yes, me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, so
Mm.
Mr. Kidola, you sounded quite ignorant. Your views were kind of very myopic and just streamlined, like tunnel vision. You didn't even have to, you couldn't listen to other areas of arguments or propositions. And one thing you should understand, that everybody, we're all different. We're not going to have the same experiences in life. That's life. So you can never say, oh, this most people, what research did you do? How did you come about that most Nigerians do that? And that's why I said maybe we should brag a little bit. So, Mr. Kidola, I was born in Nigeria. I came into this country late 2018. I've not even been 5 years in this country. I am a very honest person, confident, and I've got loads of friends that are like that. I know someone back in Nigeria that he was able to build houses for people
Mm-hmm.
that he had not met. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And to me, there was this guy in Kaduna then. He was building houses for people that were abroad in America, people
Mm-hmm.
that he had not met. They would send money to this guy and he built the house, everything, send them pictures. They
They
would
are
come
good
back,
Nigerians.
carry
You
the
don't
house.
need to
And
convince
then,
me. I'm a good
exactly.
Nigerian. I know I'm good.
No,
I know my
Auntie,
family
probably,
members are
you've
good.
been in
We've
this
never
country
duped
for a
anybody
while.
before. So I know so many good Nigerians. So
Yeah. So
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
what
There's
he's
a pain
saying.
there. There's a pain there that I don't know what happened to him.
You're
That's what I
talking
was trying
about
to see
your
if we can get.
friends.
He
You're
said his
talking about
friend duped him. Yes.
maybe the circle of friends you kept. Yeah. You have to look at yourself. And that's what Emoye was trying to say, that if you had this kind of people, these unscrupulous people around you, maybe you've also got a problem. So you should have to look at that. It doesn't mean that you've got a problem. That's why, because we are not myopic, we can always look at things from different sides. Yeah, we understand that maybe you've had a bad experience, but that doesn't mean that you throw everyone under the
All
bus.
Nigerians
And
are,
then you now brought it into talking about you married a white person. Do you want to go back to history, man? Uncle Kidola, you want to go back history? Go and read about history, man. Please educate yourself and look at how the world pearl is everything that happened. Go as far
Yeah,
back into the, the colonial era. Do you understand?
yeah,
So before you come and talk about, yeah, you know what? You're married to a white lady. Excuse
yeah.
me.
It reminds
Probably
me.
maybe for women that are not confident. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm a proud Nigerian woman. I'm not like I don't, and that's why I think Auntie P, we need to brag sometimes. Yeah. Okay.
yes,
I don't know the
yes.
kind of women you're meeting. Yeah, maybe they don't understand life. They don't know what's going on. People, there are smart people in Nigeria. I grew up partly in Ogun State and Lagos. We had people that were winning awards, people that, they went to Harvard, they went to Howard University. They're doing good. They got good head on their shoulders, please. They're able to rationalize and look at things critically and say, oh, this is the right thing to do. When we're
Yeah.
back in Kaduna, there were many projects that we did. I was always facilitating, teaching health workers on how to help babies breathe. Small babies, care for small babies. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
There were times we risked our lives to use our money. What are you talking about? So please don't trigger people. If you know you've had some bad experiences, then yeah, I'm sorry about what happened to you. We're not saying that, oh, because of that, what they did was right or blaming you for that. But you're not going because you're making there are good people. There are good people in that country. And then not just make it say, oh, you married Uyibo. Uncle Abego.
Now
Don't
that
go
one
there.
self can
Don't.
make come on your verse pass.
Yes, now don't go there.
Because it
Don't.
triggers something in a black
Yeah.
woman when you are married to a white woman and you begin to talk down on black people. Then we know they like
Exactly.
him.
It doesn't make any iota of sense.
Yes,
And that's why I said,
it doesn't sound. Maybe you are not aware of it before, Uncle Kidola. Please be aware, because I've heard you speak. You know that show that you're talking about in
in
Ola's show. I
fact,
heard him
Auntie
speak
B,
about black women as well.
we're even giving him
Don't even
credit.
make any comments about black women if you are not with a white
Did
black
you even hear
woman.
what he said?
Don't.
I just guess, they get that guy. Even in fact, Auntie B, I think you just gave him a pass. If you look at the terms he was using, I think probably on Ola's show, maybe one of those other shows that he called in. They are these girls, all those kind of the way some of those Nigerian men that talk anyhow talk. Yeah, if you want me, I'm gonna judge you too, man. Yeah. He was saying some things. I was like, we think these bros, they talk like this. Then he'll kind of cover it up and say something that was more sensible. But in between, you'll be able to pick all those red flags in between.
You
So
have to love
please,
yourself. You can't be talking like
yeah,
this because at the end of the day, you are a Nigerian and you cannot talk about your own people like this. You can't bat a baby and throw the baby away with the bath water just because the bath water is dirty.
yeah.
You are
And
still in Nigeria.
he's
Yes,
talking
some
about, we
Nigerians
don't
do
want to
things
see
that we
the
are not
truth.
proud of. Some Nigerians disgrace us. We all acknowledge
Thank
it.
you. Is
But
that not
you
what
don't
Auntie
now
B is
say
doing
that
today?
Nigerians, if you were not a Nigerian, you speak like that, whoa. Anyway, nobody will come here and try that with me because they people know me. Me, I go roast the person well.
Yeah, no, Auntie B, I know you respected him, and he should have just read in between the lines to say, "Oh, this auntie they respect me," and all of that. She was giving you hints like, "Oh, Uncle Kidola, please don't say this, don't say that. We understand that probably please don't come and then what you just made everything we're saying. You married or I beg go. we way this strong. I don't know the kind of women you don't meet before. Do you understand? Yeah, I don't know the crew of people you meet, but yeah, they're good as insensible. Their head correct, okay? Auntie B,
All
let me
right.
leave. All
Thank
right, dear.
you.
Take
You
care.
do well. Thank you for helping me diffuse with your soft voice and your soft tone. Thank you, Temiti, for helping me to diffuse. Oh my, don't charge.
I no blame her now. Didn't vex. I say,
Oh
oh
my, don't
God.
charge. Uncle Kidola, don't begin the insult. Oh, I say, sure.
My
Ewo.
obedience, make I have
People
all my
no
ears
fight.
a
Oh,
little
I
bit.
beg.
My fine baby, obedience baby, don't
Obediently
worry.
obedient on my ear.
Obedient
You
I
don't know,
used
say I'm
to,
my na
eh?
lutan
Oh,
continua. I'm my ear.
Tell
I'm
T,
when
my
they do
dirty.
obedient. When they do obedient work since today where I get chance where say make us talk now $90 won't provoke him. You don't know how
No, because
passionate Omoye is about Nigeria. That's why you are talking about Nigeria like that.
you know them.
He said you are emotional, but he too was emotional. I don't think he
He's the one
acknowledged
who's
that.
been emotional. I wanted to address him and tell him that when you speak like that, it speaks to your inferiority complex. You're telling us that you stepped up by marrying a white woman, so it's easy for you to dump on your people. It is wrong, innately. The same palm color people you married are the ones who kept your ancestors, your forefathers in chains that we're trying to break till today. Nobody should come here and feel like they're riding on a high horse. So better come down from that high horse. Now today, some of these black men, not just Nigerian
It
men,
be like
some
the
of
ones
these
where they celebrate now, yeah. When Queen die, when they go so Ashobi, they begin to
exactly,
celebrate. They don't
exactly
like us when we talk, say, what do they celebrate for?
celebrate. They're
They
going
go
to
they
invest
look
for
us,
you.
they vex for me, say, why me go they talk like that? Say it be
Why
our
you
queen.
not go talk like
I say,
that?
not
Your
only your queen.
diamond dey front of the
Which
woman crown.
queen? For who? Which
For
queen of who? For
which
I'm not Queen Amina. Which queen?
fire?
Which queen it be?
Who he
I beg.
help?
Nigerians, all of them, they cry. You see, for Nigeria, they will do march self, they celebrate, say they are queen.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
They go so cloth, some mumu and things like that, go do the real ashobi, they go wear am. All of them carry, call the trend, and say, chai, chai, chai. Our people, you see, and that also talks about why we are not united. The self-hate where we get for ourselves too much. And we know they look at our history, say, okay, let's even talk about it critically. If we are talking about the level where we are now in terms of development, in terms of our democracy not working, who caused them? Who caused them? Who is responsible for why we have a system of government that doesn't work? Why all these politicians, like somebody rightly said that the puppet leaders that they put there, who is responsible if we want to go political and talk about it? So, Mona leave this thing. It's deep. It's deep. Nigeria was set up to operate in this way. So no wonder it's operating this way. So we
Exactly.
cannot, we cannot now come and say, oh, Nigerians are this, Nigerians are that. There's a reason why Nigeria is how it is today. So,
Exactly. Do you
yeah.
understand? So when people come, when you as a black man, you know they're putting your people in chains continuously because you happen to be married to one, so you feel like every other person is beneath you. You understand? It shows, it speaks directly to the inferiority complex that man is dealing with. He needs to go and check himself. He doesn't even understand that he has a problem that's innate.
Projection.
You know, you cannot, it's not possible for you to come up on a live show and spew such disdain for your own people, your own skin folk. If Kasala boss today, who go run to your side? Isn't that what happened to this guy from Nigeria in Florida, that everybody removed their hand and said they're not going to say anything? We need to be very careful. If you don't like your people, now you sabi, but don't come and bring it here and generalize an entire population of people.
Millions of
Just
people.
remain
We
millions
plenty,
of
oh.
people.
Nigerians plenty, oh.
Not
Nigerians plenty.
exactly.
Nigerians
Just
plenty.
because say
The
you
ones that
feel
do
like
bad
say you
things, they are
don't,
not plenty like that. Yeah, no.
you understand? I mean, with a fight with one hand, with a fight, other people they drag person hand go back. It will not be the same ever again. If you don't like yourself, that's your problem. Deal with it. Don't generalize other people because you have disdain for yourself and for your family. That has nothing to do with anybody. It is
Okay.
ridiculous. Please.
Pẹ̀lẹ́, má bínú. Ọmọ yẹn scanner, má bínú, jọ. It's okay. Má bínú. Má bínú. Uzo, are you here? Let me tell ọmọ yẹn that,
Auntie B,
do you understand? I know you didn't want to say anything before.
in
This one,
fact, Auntie B, I don't want to say
when the
anything
argument
before.
happened, people come, they enter studio. Me, that said I want to
Ah,
egg
I
me.
wasn't going. I said, you know what? Also, it's not every time we must have an opinion. Sit this one out. But
But we
you know,
are opinionated women now. That's why we are here. We are opinionated people.
but
Men and
then
women.
when my blood began to boil was when he initially said, when you want to marry woman, the woman go to check your pocket. I was like, why wouldn't she check your pockets? You want her to come and suffer? I was just like, okay, this guy, there must be more to him. And then, he came back, he started arguing with Omoye, and he was telling her, shut up. I said, this guy, don't be silly.
Yeah,
Can you
when he
tell your
said that,
Oyibo
I had
wife
to
in
take him out.
an
Yeah.
argument
I
that
didn't
she
want to
should
take
shut
him
up,
out,
she
but
should
when he
do this?
started saying shut up, keep your mouth
I was
shut, I
like,
said,
why,
no, no,
why
no,
must you don't even
no.
know her from anywhere. You
I
can't
didn't
even tell
even
that
hear
she's the
that. Thank God
Oyibo.
I did not hear that too. I
Oh,
didn't
you
even
didn't?
hear.
That's what
I
pissed me off, and
heard
I
it,
said, no,
and
no,
I
no,
had
no,
to
no. I
remove
have to
him.
come, and then Auntie B took him out instantly. I was like, no,
Yes.
I'm sure you would not tell that to your Oyibo wife.
No,
If
you
he
can't
gives
do
you
that
hell at
here.
home,
We
they
don't
chop
allow
the
that.
hell. But
No, you
because
don't
this
do
person
that.
is a black Nigerian woman, you think you can tell her that. You better watch yourself, Kidola. Please don't do that here. We don't do that at
The
Obodo
world is
Oyibo
pocket
TV.
watching. Ola, you know this uncle very well because I met him in your channel. You
I don't watch Man of Prestige because I believe it's a show for men. So
no,
I
I'm like,
don't
it's
watch
not
it
okay,
either.
so.
I've never been on
yes,
the
I'm
show.
like,
No, it's not
this is
oh.
a show for
It's
men,
not
so
no, it's
men
not.
should sort themselves out. on the show. So this is
Ola,
the
can
first
you
time
hear
I'm hearing the
feedback? People are
Kidola.
saying that man of prestige is for men. So take that feedback on. No, that they don't watch you because they think it's for men.
Yeah, so I'm like, men should sort themselves out and have their own red table talk. I guess it's not for women. But yes, Auntie B, I just wanted to say that, see, I'm a proud Nigerian girl. I always say that I always, when we in Canada now, you see people giving their children English names for reasons best known to them. But me, I'm always like, I have to show my roots, because when my children are excelling, I want them to be able to call these Nigerian names and say, this person is Nigerian, this person is Igbo, before being
Go and see
Canadian.
our government here now. The new government we have now. Our chancellor is a Ghanaian.
I'm always like, we have to put it back to the roots. I'm proud Nigerian and I love my Nigerian people. If I meet Nigerian people outside, I'm always open. Once I hear the accent, are you Nigerian? I'm introducing myself. I'm exchanging numbers. I love Nigerians because I've had in my 9 years in Canada, I've had wonderful experiences with Nigerians. I can't even begin to name them. Was it when I wanted to transition to tech? It was a Nigerian girl that literally held me by the hand and said, Uzo, you must transition to tech. Oh, you must. I don't even care. Anyhow, until you get there, I'm not going to stop holding your hands. I mean, this is part of the things we do for each other. I love Nigerians because we're always looking out for each other. I know that people have bad stories. And if you have bad stories about Nigerians, maybe you should check yourself, maybe you should check your circle. And then you begin to have like sweet experiences like I've had. So I want to just use the opportunity to shout out like Nigerians here. We have like numerous good Nigerians who are always looking out for others. And don't let these negative stories change you. Continue to be that person who is loving on other Nigerians, who is trying to help as much as possible, who is trying to, do good to your fellow Nigerians, and leave the negative narrative. With time, it would simmer down. With time, it will end. If you're good, keep being good, keep paying it forward. Your children will benefit. Posterity will thank you. So that's all I just want to say. Omo, yeah, please simmer down. Just leave Kidola. Once you heard him talking, just look at him and say, well, all this meant that a big sweet Nigerian babe could not stay with him. He went to settle down and he's scared making noise. So just look at him like that and know that it's innate issues from woman palaba. I'm sure so many Nigerian women turned him down, and that's where the disdain and hate for Nigerians and Nigerian women came from. So just forgive him, offer him empathy, because you can see where his issues are coming from. And Auntie B,
Thank
I just want
you.
to say, continue to do what you do. Guys, please,
Thank you,
100K is
sweetheart.
the goal. December is almost here. Keep liking, keep showing up for Auntie B, keep commenting. The comment section is where it's at. I love it so much. Everyone who's always contributing and making the comment section interesting. Thank you, Auntie B. Keep doing what you do. I love you so much. Have a
Love you,
lovely, lovely
baby.
evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you, Uzo. I mean, I'm
Thank you,
calm,
Uzo.
but when people say things out of pocket, I just so happened to be on the platform when the show
Mm.
started. I was listening in, but when he came in, he just kind of
In fact,
distracted
the
everyone.
conversation even changed completely, Self.
Exactly. And then he
It
started
changed
saying things
completely.
that didn't make sense. Somebody has to call him
Mm.
out, because when we hear people talk like this, we have to call them out, because we
Yeah.
cannot allow their own conversations to just settle. Everybody will listen. Do you know how many people are listening to him? Do you know how many people are hearing what he says, and then they will take that and run with it? If somebody does not come up and challenge him, he will go to another platform and be spewing the same thing. I'm sure he cannot tell his wife what he said to me, because I didn't hear what he said. And I'm sure he can't. He cannot say, he dare not. He might go drive and come up for house. He go there homeless.
Okay, Hamaya, thank you very much for your contribution, my darling. Please, Ma Binu, please don't be offended. Just take it that this could only happen on Antibe's platform, all right? So please take it easy. I
No
appreciate you.
wahala. All right, I
Mm,
love you.
I love you. How is the movement going now? How is
It is
everything?
hey, Omo. You not see us for ground for
Well,
Jaws. You
see,
not
see
see us
crowd,
for
see
Jaws.
Abuja, see crowd.
Hey, see
This
Abuja.
guy,
Hey,
Peter Obi is really gathering momentum. This
hey.
thing is not a joke, it's a
It is
movement.
not. It's a movement, my sister.
Well
Right
done.
from the get-go, it's a movement. I
Mm,
say this one
mm,
will take the country back by fire, by force.
mm.
So we go win. We did there. It is
All
moving
right.
along. We did there. We
Okay.
know.
We are supporting. We are there. We are
Yes.
supporting. Thank you, my
Yes. So
darling.
thank you.
Mm.
Love you. Take
All
care.
right. Love you
Bye.
too. Bye, sweetie. Okay. Brother Stephen,
Auntie B, Auntie B.
welcome. Oh.
Yes, so I just had to join. I'm telling you the truth. The man, the other caller, he really messed. I mean, he made me angry a lot. I kept on. I was sitting in anger, right? Right. I mean, I couldn't just hold myself. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it grieves me that a fellow Nigerian would. I'm sorry to say this, but he's actually myopic because I do not expect someone at this stage where we are hoping for a better Nigeria, for a new
Mm.
Nigeria. At
Mm.
this stage where we are saying that a new Nigeria will be better. I mean, because we have been in pangs for a long time, and
Mm.
we are trusting the heavenlies to change the tides of things in this era. And
Mm.
someone will be spitting out disdain, hate, and whatsoever because of his own personal experience, and come to social media and begin to spew what I can't just explain. I mean, it pains my heart because when you
Mm.
see people like this, these are people. I'm sorry to say, because I am an educated Nigerian. I've lived in the diaspora. I am in my early 30s. I have lots of friends who attended Harvard. Okay, for an example, my good friend he graduated just this May. He graduated with his PhD from MIT,
Mm-hmm.
electrical engineering, a Yoruba guy. And
Mm-hmm.
immediately he got a job, I mean, with Google, as an engineer with Google. Do you know
Hmm.
what it means to be an engineer in Google? It's a job for the Chinese and for the Indians. And there
Hmm.
are lots of Nigerians. I don't want to mention about my academic achievements, but I'm telling you that a lot of Nigerians in Facebook, working in Facebook, in Intel, in Google, in top establishments. These are
Hmm.
Nigerians doing well for themselves. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing is that people will not call them, people will not mention them because good evil tends to
It's not.
triumph over
Yes.
good, and that is just
Yes.
the truth. There are
Yes. Evil
thousands
is
of Nigerians.
sensational. Yes. Bad
There are
things
thousands
trend.
of Nigerians. I can tell
Mm-hmm.
you, for example, I'm using US as an example. Each
Mm-hmm.
year, thousands of Nigerians move over to the US for their PhDs. There are
Mm-hmm.
thousands of Nigerians. If I am a student, if I'm a PhD student, I know that I'm in a STEM program. Why would I even need to even get married to a white, for heaven's sake? I'm asking this. I'm asking the man. He's proud, saying he got married to a white. Imagine such nonsense.
Well, anybody can marry anybody they want to
Anybody,
marry.
yes,
I'm not against anybody.
anybody can marry
Marry
anybody.
wherever you want to marry,
Yes,
but don't talk down on your people. That's not
exactly,
acceptable.
exactly. If you
Mm.
want to get married to a green person, is that your own
That's your
business?
business.
That's your
Yes.
business. You
Mm-hmm.
don't need to mention anything. And the funny thing is, if he got married to a white and if he's living here in the diaspora, I put it to him that he would definitely see the disdain among them. He can see the impact or the what like call it the so-called discrimination that is being exhibited here. He cannot shy away from it. So coming over here and looking down, these are our ladies looking down on them, mentioning that you can see this is a man that is dealing with his own problems and he's bringing it over here. I know there are Nigerians who actually mess up, of course.
Yes.
In every
Yes.
country, you will see them. But enough
Yes.
is enough. We are
Mm-hmm.
trying, we don't need to badmouth our country. We are trying to
Mm-hmm.
see how Nigeria will turn to
Yes.
good. We're
Other
trying to
countries will
see
say,
how, yes,
God bless America. They
we
will
are there
pray for their country. It's
exactly.
only Nigerians that are
Exactly.
always talking and
I
cussing and
lived
saying
I
negative
lived
things
in New
about
York
Nigeria.
City. I lived in New York City. I can tell you the crimes going on. I can tell you the shooting going on. I can tell you the mass murder going on. I can tell you everything I feel. I live in New York City for an extended period of time. But you will never see an American talking down. You'll be hearing all what they will say is God bless America. God bless America. Because they know what it is. There is power in the tongue. And each time we keep on saying certain things because of somebody did this and because of somebody did that, you begin to talk down upon your country, upon whatsoever. Forgetting that, okay, look at how it is right now. We can see, okay, see the tussle between Russia and Ukraine. America, everyone, even we in the diaspora, we can tell ourselves that we are not truly safe because anything can just go up. Now you will end up seeing Africa will become a succor for everyone. Of course. Now, when you begin to mention all these things and you begin to talk about all these things, and you forget that one day, you have to go back home. And now I'm telling the truth. When Nigeria becomes good, because I'm very very positive that Nigeria will become great again. That these old cargoes will be flushed out.
Amen.
That is a new Nigeria will come. Please let people like this. They should stay back where they are. They should not bother coming in. They should not bother visiting at all. They should stay
Mhm.
back where they are and let them be treated in their place of abode.
Yeah.
It's painful. It's painful because if it is somebody else, for example, another country, a citizen of another country saying
Mhm.
something like this, we could say, "Oh, look at you! What the hell? Who the hell are you? Get out!"
Mhm.
But
Mhm. Mhm.
someone who knows about, and the funny thing that he might even be in his 50s. They're the ones that often make Nigeria to be what it is. Because of course, in the 80s, when was I born? I was born in the 1990s. So I'll begin to say, okay, look at it. So coming down and begin to spew hate and begin to talk down upon our women, begin to mention some certain things, begin to mention the race you got married to in a way that, oh, look, I did not settle for less. I settled for what? Who told you such nonsense? It's
Hmm.
painful, and to be, I must thank you for your patience because to me, I can't bear it. I can't bear it at all. I
I
can't really
see.
bear
I think he's a middle-aged person. He's a middle-aged man, And in our culture, we respect age. You understand? Even though I don't know whether he's older than me or not, but he sounds like a middle-aged person because. So I said, okay, and I met him in Ola's platform. I said, okay, but I've noticed one thing when I met him in Ola's platform, it's the same thing. He was always talking negative. He has this pessimistic outlook about things. He talks about how Nigerian girls are so dusty, they are thirsty, it's always about money, money, money. I'm like, no, they are still good ones. So this generalizing of a thing, Ola knows he was from there when I was in Ola. I think Ola was doing a show during my harvest week. I remember I was even wearing my church garment that day. I called into the show because you were talking about something that was so interesting. I said I have to contribute one way or the other. That's the first time I heard him. But I'm kind of quite surprised because I mean, your country is your country. No matter how long you stay in America, you stay in the UK, stay anywhere, they will
Mm.
never see you as their own. Let me tell you something that happened recently.
Ever,
In
never.
in my
course.
country here, in this my UK, there was a leadership tussle for the prime minister after they removed the last one, Boris Johnson, who they say is a liar, and they lost
Yes.
confidence in him, so they removed him. Let me tell you something. The most competent person, yeah, in that leadership thing was a guy who is an Asian. I think
Yes,
he's
an
from
Indian
India.
guy or so.
Yes, he's an Indian guy. That guy is so intelligent. He knows everything. He's been working in the government and everything. He's supposed to win. In fact, he got more votes when they were eliminating one another, because it's party system. The way they do it here is the party that will vote who will become their leader. It's not general election like they do it in the US. My people, Emma Forogun, because of Dudu, his skin, they went and
Yes,
put one non-entity woman that doesn't know her left from right. Come and see
of
her now. Do you
course,
know what she
of
did?
course,
Under 2 weeks that she became prime minister, our economy has gone.
of course. The dollar now
She brought
yes,
she brought a budget and said she was fighting energy bills that we are paying. They said we are going to pay over 4,000 on pounds on top of our energy bills this year. My dear brothers and sisters, Liz Truss introduced a new economic plan that even people to hold on to their mortgages, their houses now is going to be a struggle. So on the radio, they started saying, we were fighting for energy bill before. Now it's our houses we are fighting for, how we can keep our houses. So
yes,
you want to correct energy, now people are going to lose their homes. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, that you better love yourself and love your skin and where you are from. Don't
of
forget where you
course.
come from because they will never forget where you come from if you forget.
Exactly, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, of course. Is it not? It's even in the academia. Is I can tell you the truth. It's not in the academia, right? Even here, I'm currently in France. I can tell you the truth. It doesn't matter whether you are extremely brilliant. It doesn't matter whether you are highly educated. Yeah, you could be the best. You could be the most. I mean, how will I don't know how to say it, but I can tell you the truth. They rather give it. They rather give such top
They will
positions to
give it to the one that is not even qualified because
exactly,
that is what they are
exactly.
looking for.
And they'll be
The
laughing and
image.
smiling at you.
Oh,
smiling and laughing and smiling at you, and you know that among their circle you are the best. Of course. So it's pathetic. I mean, I don't know how to refer him, because I understood that if assuming, let me assume now that this uncle has a PhD in whatsoever. Let me say he has a PhD in physics or in chemistry or in sciences. I don't think he'll be brainwashed, and you begin to say all, I mean, spew all these hate or whatever you do, because it's painful.
yeah.
Because they are Nigerians, and Nigerians that are making themselves
Be
proud,
proud of
making
yourself,
the
oh.
continent
You
proud,
need to be
no
proud of
matter the
yourself.
storms, no
What
matter
are you going to tell your
whatsoever.
children? Are you going to tell them that your country is evil, your country is bad? Even though they don't live there, is that what you're going to tell your mixed race children? That, oh, that country, don't forget about that country, is a zoo. Is that what you're going to say to your children? Or are you going to tell them about their rich heritage? That the country is struggling now, but it's full of, paint a picture that will make them dream one day that, okay, one day I'm going to go there. Is that, if you're talking like this in front of your children, they will say, no, you can't do that. We can't do that. We in the
Yes.
diaspora, especially, we need to be very careful the way we talk about our country. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. I know our country is not where we should be. We are struggling with a lot of things at the moment. There are bad people. There are good people everywhere. But let's watch what we say, especially when we have children. Thank you so much, my brother. I really appreciate your
Mm.
contribution. I can see that you were triggered too, because your voice, I can tell that, you're a lot of Nigerian young people that are very passionate about Nigeria. So, Uncle Kidola, please, oh, don't do that
Mm.
again. Ola.
My
Mm-hmm.
sister, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm fine. How you feeling?
I feel better. I feel much better. How about you?
Good, good, good.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That was a lot. But like I always say, you just have to be, with all due respect to Mr. Kidola, I always say you just have to be patient long enough, right? This is a public platform, so everyone is listening, and believe it or not, it affects how we respond to crises. So if somebody comes on this stage right now, and and they could use certain types of help, right? Um, just because it's a public platform and 800 people are watching, it will skew the way they receive it. They won't be able to
Mm-hmm.
receive it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
they'll be more concerned about being dragged. They'll be more concerned about they want to look a certain type of way. In essence, they will get caught up in their emotions, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not the fact that you said I'm not emotional. It's the fact that you are demonstrating emotions. It's your
Yes,
actions.
he
It's
was
your
very
actions that
emotional.
tell us. It's your actions that
He
tell us
was
if you're
emotional.
emotional.
Amoye was emotional. The only person that I think Temiti has this ability to be so calm. I don't know. It's uncanny. I don't know. She has to teach me, because me too, I can be triggered.
Yeah, she has that
Temiti is
posture.
very, very calm.
Temiti has that
Her
posture.
tone, the
She
way she
does.
speaks, she's always
Yeah.
very calm. Yeah.
Yeah, she has that posture. But for the most of us, majority of us, we will get caught up in our emotions. It is what it is, right? It is what it is, right? It is what it is, right? Especially when there's attention, where people are watching, because of our innate need to present in a certain way to outside that. So somebody was saying I should find a way to, it won't accept because this attention is too much, and that's fine, because there are 800 other people that can learn from this as usual.
But
you
have you
know
noticed what I was saying, that I picked it up from your platform, though, Ola?
yes, it was the first,
Regarding,
it was the procedure hour number one, the one that blew up our channel, the one that you graciously helped us promoted, which was the one where we talked about Bishop Part 1. Basically,
this
that's what
one.
it was.
That's
Yeah, Bishop Part 1. That's what it was. He came on
There's some
stage.
people in the comment section start saying that Kidola is Bishop's brother.
Yeah, he came. In fact, he didn't realize I actually protected him that day.
Mhm.
I actually protected him. It was about that same moment. You were doing your Thanksgiving in church, right? You were doing
Yes,
Ikore, and you
yes.
called in that day.
I called him with my sutana that
Yes,
day. Mhm.
yes. And I did, and I protected him because I'm like, I'll be damned if this will be another viral moment. Like, let me protect this brother. Because the thing with the yarn, right? I was like, it was absolutely grossly generalizing,
Mm.
because it was the same statement, and we've heard him a few times even since then. And the thing with this type of behavior is that we get comfortable, and then if we don't get checked the first time, we get comfortable and we keep pushing it, thinking
Mm-hmm.
that is they enter, and it's not entering. Because at the end of it, it's like the example I always give is like, it's like my wife talking about my brother. I have one little brother. It's not that
Mm-hmm.
little, it's bigger than me. But he's but imagine if he did something wrong. He actually is wrong, right? And my wife is now talking and he's saying, he did this, he did that, he did that, right? And at some point I'm like, okay, Otito, because why? That's my brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
At
Mm-hmm.
some point, that's the fact that I identify with my brother. There's only so much I want you to abuse him with your
Mm-hmm.
mouth, you know.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing when you're speaking to Nigerians. Number one, emotional intelligence. If you're speaking to Nigerians and you don't know where to say, okay, this guy that we're looking at on the screen
Mm.
is a criminal by himself, all by
Yes.
himself,
Yes.
right? So you say that, okay, good. There's a lot of people doing this, so we have to keep working on this, right? This is the part where they say I'm policing how people talk, but it is what it is. If you don't know how to talk, and about 800 other people just checked
You
you,
have to police.
then
If you have a platform, you have to guard it. That's why people quarrel with me. They say, "Oh, Auntie B, you always want people to agree with you. You don't like diverse opinion." I do
I
like
get that
diverse
too.
opinion,
I get
but
that
we
too.
have we have a message you are trying to pass across. If you bring something that does not align with the values of the platform, I'm not going to allow it. It's simple.
That's why there's a moderator and the person who created it now.
Exactly.
You know,
This is
so
why this is not CNN. It's not BBC. It's not
even
democracy.
BBC, there
No.
was. You might even disappear altogether.
It is
But
what
they,
there's a message you are trying to pass across. So we need to follow that thinking pattern. I can't just allow any opinion. You just come and
yes.
be saying things. I will just keep quiet because I'm moderator. Because I will just allow you to be talking and talking. No, it doesn't work like that.
Yes. And you can notice that it aligns with the belief system. It aligns. Okay, so somebody who is married to a white person, right? Let me tell you something. If you're married to any foreigner, you have to put in extra effort in not coming off as you're superior to the rest of the people. Because by default, you're already showcasing that you think you're better, so you go and marry foreigner just because of our history and so many things, so
Mm-hmm,
many terrible things and
mm-hmm,
oppression
mm-hmm.
from the whitey. And, it is what it is, right? So you have to put in extra effort of humility because there's a good chance that there's something about you that made you think you were better off to go and do that. And there's also a good chance that you just found somebody you were attracted to in the other race, and there's
Yes,
nothing wrong
yes.
with that.
There's
But
not,
when you
and
now open your mouth,
it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with your own people.
yes,
But
yes,
when it comes across as if you have there's self-hate involved, like your people are not good enough.
I'm willing to bet, and to be that is usually self-hate, but I also know that
Because
I can be wrong, right?
so does it now mean that you are the only person that is good out of all your people?
Well, it's a mentality, right? It's not something they deliberately do when they do these things. It's a
Hmm.
mentality. It's something that's you can, even when it gets.
Ola, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, you just cut
Yeah.
off for a minute
So
there.
yeah, sorry about my phone rang. Yeah. So it's just like when we were in primary school, there's always that kid who wanted to, to show that we know they speak English in my house. That's vernacular, right? They wanted to showcase that. And it shows in their every day of life. It's not something that's intentional, but it's part of their mentality. But I'm
Mm-hmm,
bringing awareness to it now. Just understand, right? That there's probably something about you that feels like it's inferiority complex, right?
mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm.
feel like anything that you self-identify with must be inferior. It's not something you're deciding to do, it's just the way your brain is set up. You need to be self-aware about that and then mitigate that, because 800 people will call you out. At least one person out of these 800 people will find you out once you start running your mouth. They will say, this
Mm-hmm.
guy, you hate yourself. Or even if it's not true, you're coming off as you hate yourself. The bottom line is that the public will not receive you well when you're speaking and you're
Mm-hmm.
telling on yourself. There's no way you're telling on yourself. This guy, but John Lyon, is a criminal. it's true that there's a
Why are
heightened
you calling
level
him
of
brother? Ah, Yoruba people, you are so respectful.
gbogbo
You are
wọn
even
ní
calling
brother.
him brother. Why are you
Right?
calling him brother? How can you be calling a criminal brother? Yoruba is only 30, how many years old? So you are older than him. Why are you calling
I'm
him
probably
brother?
older than him. I'm probably older than
Yeah,
him. But you know, it was a figure of speech. But anyway, like he's a
brother,
it's a
brother,
criminal, right?
brother only. His name is brother only.
But only,
Brother
you know,
only.
but it's a criminal. There's no doubt that he's a criminal, and there's also no doubt that in a Nigerian society where the leadership is not good, right? That there's a heightened level of people who needed a support from a system, right? To do better, but they will not do wrong. They would see the fact that the system is bad as an excuse to do wrong. They are still criminals, by the way, right? But to just project on 200 million people and say it's just bad, at some point you have to say, okay, I have had bad experience. Okay. And okay, as a person who have had enough bad experience, naturally you will project.
Yes.
It's not because you're not abnormal. You're a human being, but you have to be aware of that so that you don't come on a stage where there are 800 people and start projecting. They will call your bullshit out too. And you just saw that happen right now. That was exactly what Bishop was doing. And that's basically what he was doing on my platform that day. I protected him because I basically allowed everybody to talk and kind of like, because I knew he was about to get dragged. But then I've seen him come up here a few times. You know, I'm like, one day. Even earlier, I was telling Timothy in the chat, I said, maybe one day. But today not the day now, obviously, right?
It's happened though.
So if he can find it, I doubt it very much. But if he can find it in himself to say, you know what, this is the result I created. Let's have a conversation. Maybe I can learn something new. He's always welcome to talk, and then we can talk about why he wasn't received well. Generalization in general it's just not going to work. You can only go so far before somebody calls you out and say, "Oh God, tell us your full story," because you're not telling us everything. You're projecting. You know.
Something happens to him. He has a pain there that he needs to deal with, so that maybe he can help him to see more clearly that there are good people in this world and there are bad people. So you have bad Nigerians and you have good Nigerians. Period.
Fact. Everywhere in the world, even here in Yankee, you know, all of the African American people now say all the African American women are bad and they're going to Brazil to go marry. So, see, I just said all of them, not all of them, but a few loud minority of them, right? They're loud. They're loud enough for us to start feeling all of them are saying that. And it's not true. The majority are busy driving on their way to work from work, and they're trying to live life and they're trying to build a family. And that's what the majority are trying. The loud minority are loud. They're negative, like you said earlier, and they tend to the bad news travel faster, and you know,
Yes,
and it seems like
absolutely.
it becomes the truth, right? Because those people's experience are actually valid. If your own family have robbed you before, it is not you alone. Mine too has happened like that, right? But still, I don't have the right.
Everybody has their own fair share of betrayal and things that have happened,
Yeah.
being duped and all that. But it doesn't mean that the whole Nigeria is the same thing that Bishop did. Because he had one marriage that failed, he now said all Nigerian women. He now started talking about all Nigerian women, all reported women. No, that's wrong. Don't
Yeah.
project your own pain on everybody. All Nigerian people don't. He said, you remember what Bishop said? He said, Nigeria is money. He said, Nigeria is giving.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said,
Pocket
he
watching.
he
Pocket
said,
watching. All
yeah,
all
he
all
uses that
women
word
in Nigeria
quite a
pocket
lot.
watch.
Pocket watching.
Yeah. There are people that
Okay.
do that. In fact, I was still watching a podcast, this guy's podcast yesterday. What's their name? Frankly speaking, where the girl was, you know, everybody project, you know, they talk about pocket watching. One girl said, you should know how much is in your bank account. That's pocket watching. But then the other girl said, no. Like, you have enough people who can tell you that, no, that's not my reality. I can look at your lifestyle and tell if you can take care of yourself and a few other people, right? And then I can also decide if I want to be with you or not. And some people are outrightly saying, you know what? I need to know how much you have, right? I guess you can rightfully call that pocket watching, but the bottom line here is that your experience is your experience. There's only so many experiences you can have, even in a lifetime. You're probably never going to have more than 1,000 personal experience in your lifetime that is really that negative, right? Because he said you tied a rope. That rope that you tied you can't tie it across 200 million people. Okay,
Yeah.
not
There's
even
no
all
rope
of
that is
Yoruba
long
land.
enough. No, there's no rope that is
Yeah,
long enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
Ola. Thank
Yes.
you, my dear. Take care.
No problem. Talk soon.
All
Bye.
right.
Mhm.
Cheers. Bye. My love to Lola. For real. Okay. I'm ending the show
Yeah.
with you.
Okay, Auntie B, thank you for the second opportunity. Sorry, initially my phone, I think the internet just somehow,
You
somehow,
sound like
I had a
Annie. You know Annie? Annie is our baby girl in the house that gave us that name Bongo Park. You sound like her. Do you know her? Have you ever
no,
heard
I
of her?
don't.
Your voice sounds
No,
so much alike. She
oh
has a
really? Does
tiny
she live
voice
in the
like you
United
too.
States?
No, she lives in
Does she live in
Canada.
the States? Oh,
No,
I
in
see.
Canada.
Oh, I see.
Welcome. Mm.
I beg, I won't speak pidgin English more.
Oh yeah, quick. I'll soon
The
end. You get 5 minutes.
okay, okay, no, thank you. The lady wey talk say she enter position, she go say make them not dey pay kidnappers. I for like to ask her whether if na her husband they kidnap or her
Now
pikin
me
she go
talk
talk
am
that.
oh. Now me talk am. Not be lady, not be any
Okay,
lady for out
Auntie
there.
B.
Now me talk
Okay,
am.
okay, okay.
Mm.
But the reason why I disagree with you,
Mm. No,
you
no,
for
no. Ask the
understand.
question. You they ask question before say whether na my husband they
Eh,
kidnap.
yeah, if that now your husband or that your two those your two boys wey fine where if they kidnap
Mm.
them, you go say you no go gree pay.
So this thing you they take am personal now. Okay.
No, no, I just dey ask question. I just want to know
No, no, no,
because
no, 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 no. You ask
uh,
me question, make I answer now. Let me answer. Not be ask me question whether they kidnap my husband and those my fine boys, whether I no go gree pay. First of all, the fact say you pay no mean say they go leave the person. Go Augusta Gold channel, go watch one video where she post today. The person where they carry, they pay, they still delete the person. Okay? First of all, they no fit kidnap my husband and children because I know they live for Nigeria. Okay? And my children no go fit ever dey that position. But this thing we dey talk about structure where it go work. You understand? Because
mm,
this thing they don't turn into business. You they look am very narrowly. This thing now waiting they don't turn to business for Nigeria now because it they pay. You understand? Any business where they pay, more people go they go inside. Do you understand? Because they say they pay. Hmm? Now they go inside. But if the business not pay, people no go inside again. First of all, if they see say they know they pay them again, they go start to they carry people. Yes, there will be some. There might be some people where they go pay the price. There'll be casualties. All right, but eventually it is for the greater good. You know, they look and say, okay, now my husband, now my children, but you they look broadly say, how you go to help Nigeria? Because all across Nigeria now people know the future. Will make I tell you something for real. I don't know how you whether you know what they happen for Nigeria. My cousin, they tell me the business where she they do for Benin, rice business where she they do, they buy bags of rice, they buy from north, they bring come south, come sell. They know they fit carry rice waka for Nigeria for road again because they stand for road, they carry the truck, they go carry am enter bush. Their rice they lost. That's how bad it is now. Business don't close. You know how this thing doesn't affect many things. People know they fit travel again. People they fear. So many things don't go wrong because this thing is a systemic problem now. When we say they need to be ruthless to root it out. I use American government as an example when they talk say they know they pay. When they carry their people, they say they know they pay. You just say they want me to delete those people. They don't want to. But they know say once you fall into that trap to begin to pay people like that, it never ends. So now so they work. I don't answer the question.
yeah, your answer, Ansha. I like your perspective, but me I dey come from a little bit of the reason why I talk what I talk. Be say if you dey compare Nigeria and America, you know our system we not get structure. If we get structure, then your argument, your waiting you they suggest for this fantastic. But Nigeria is a country that is devoid of system and structure.
Yeah, but we'll have a
Not
structure. That's the plan, that we are going to have a structure. You are talking about, okay, how things have been, but we're talking about looking to the future. Now you they talk like a
yeah.
dollar now.
No, 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 no. No, I'm not talking. I don't know. I'm far from that guy in a narcissist. I know they talk like that one at all.
You
The
said use my
reason why
family
they
as
talk,
case study now. Do you
and
think
I
that is
just
acceptable?
na presumption, na presumption that we they talk
No, but
presumption.
that's not very polite. I senior you now, but you they use my family as example. Say if na my family they kidnap. You would thought
No,
even if
no,
my
okay,
two
okay.
fine boys, now they now whether I go talk so. Do you think is respectful for you to talk to me like that
Okay,
on my
I'm
show?
sorry that you're thinking of you're taking it in another way.
No, I'm not
That's
taking
not.
it the
I'm
other
just
way.
trying.
I'm taking it the same way you presented it.
No, I
It's
did not mean
exactly the
to
way you presented it. I'm
disrespect.
presented it. I'm answering you now because you give
I did not mean to
example.
disrespect. Hmm.
You went in. You said my husband and those my two fine boys. So it means that you don't dey see my fine boys picture. Now you can't use them take do
Now
example.
joke at the joke. If I say
No, 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 no,
you
no,
see
no. You
just
not joke with my
highlight.
family. No, no, no. That joke is expensive. Why you not use your family as example? Why you the joke that kind
No,
joke?
because like now you carry now you say now what you go do with that. The reason why I talk like that, they say you supposed to understand Nigeria, our police, our security system, not the work. So if you do that kind, I understand where they come from, and it's very good. You understand? But I'm speaking as a Nigerian now. That if you do that kind of thing, we cannot rely on our police. We cannot rely on the security of the country.
And that's
And
why
a
we
lot
are,
of
we
people,
are, we are looking for a change in the political
yeah,
system. If we get good
yeah,
government, if we get good government, everything will change, including the police. The reason why police be like, they don't be say police don't know their work. Now, because they know they pay them, you know, you say police, they protest for one state, for whether now Osun state, I've been our state, they protest because they don't pay them. When the system is, if it's rotten, it is rotten from top to bottom. And if the system
yeah.
is good, where we have a good government, a good president who will look into all this system, police that they pay them well, they give them good living wage. Then you just say they don't know their job. You train them well, you empower them, you give them resources. They go root these people out. But you they take
Of
the
course.
kind now what I thought say you they
No,
talk like Idola with that because you are pessimist,
no,
you are pessimistic. Or
no, I'm
how
not.
did they
I'm
talk
just
the
work
other one?
speaking on assumption. I just work on assumption, not being pessimistic now. You know, and if like I said your system, your suggestion is very good. You know, but I'm speaking based on the present tense, like based on the way the country is.
And based on the
It's
present
kind
tense,
of
I
hard.
don't have a say in the government. So we are talking.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said that if I was in a position where I can say
Okay.
something about the government, so it's all futuristic.
Okay, so my apologies for that, yeah. My apologies. Anyways, another thing I wanted to say was that the problem with Nigeria is when people are not accountable for things, things are bound to go bad. The reason why other countries like the diaspora is working is that people are accountable, like you said previously. If we can have a good government whereby, like you said already, whereby people are accountable for everything, by the time you commit crime, they arrest you. They arrest 10 people. So these things continue because nobody is being arrested. The politicians are evil. So the more we don't have good leadership, the more of these things happen. And somebody talked that I said before Nigeria problem goes solve, it will take plenty years. It not go take plenty. We just need a good leader that will be able to enforce laws, that will be able to enforce things. Once there's enforceability in things, you will see that all these things will naturally die. Because it will not take that long. China today that is big used to be very bad and poor. But because a good leader came in, things got good. The same thing with Dubai. Dubai, how many years ago, it was a total desert. But because of good leadership, the country turned overnight. So the good leadership can make things very fast because all you have to do is to say this should be, and you ensure that those things are. So what Nigeria is lacking now, which is the problem of a black, I think it's even related to the nations, to black nations, is good leadership. So that's why I'm calling. That's why I was saying that was what I was going to say initially. I called that we need to pray and hope and vote and fight and promote good leadership. That's the only solution now. That's the only thing that can save Nigeria. So that's what I have to say.
All right. Thank you very
Yeah,
much for
thank
calling
you very much.
in.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
All right, for real. Thank you. Yeah, now Nigeria matter we can't talk today. So enough, enough busted. Now Kidola, now if I start, somebody talk say we go need to do this show all over again. Say we don't even talk this topic. First of all, make I tell you how the show take go sideways today. The person that was supposed to come and talk to us about Hush Puppy, now this person taking his in hand contact me by himself. When the show started now, even though I told him when the time is starting and he told me he was the one that chose today, he now saying he's driving. He will join us later. He joined an hour and a half later and wants to come and start talking about Hush Puppy. I say, no, we've already gone far. Even his internet connection was not good when he joined. I couldn't even add him if I wanted. The next thing, Kidola, Uncle Kidola come trigger everybody. Oh my yeah. Now we call there and I for real. Come say na my own matter in see when want to do example. Me and my two fine boys and my husband whether na dem dey kidnap. God will not allow me to see Ogun kidnapping. Lágbára Jésù. Na do well oh, thank you. That man no kuku dey like my Nigeria matter before. Now once in a while we dey do Nigeria matter. I know they like it. If not because of this Okon where say want talk about this thing. That's why sometimes when people say they won't come my show, I need to really vet them and know whether I want to give them my platform. Honestly. Because I get plenty show where I was supposed to do. He say he want teach our people about all this criminality and how people will take protect themselves. Now I say okay, it's all a good learning. Mo kuku add brother Lion, whether na Lion they say they call am, na Leon they call am, mo add and join am. Now we can't find ourselves for here, so but it's all good. No wahala. It is well. Thank you everybody. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Please give this video a thumbs up, even though it didn't go as expected. But you know what? Some days are like that. Though Sansa, I understand her approach was rude, but I don't think she was a conscious choice. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. It's all good. It's all good. Amaye, I hope you're all right. Please, ma binu. Myself, I don't vex more now, but Thanks everybody for being here tonight. I appreciate you. Adewale, how are you, son? You said she came back attack Auntie B, not knowing it is Auntie B. It was too late before she realized. She can't give me gbas for my own show. No. If you talk about woman, if you get away with husband, but if you talk children, you use the wrong example. Now the wrong one and you use, so you for no even go there. You can't even talk say they're fine. When they're fine. Take by me. I beg go. No play that kind of play with me, even though it's imaginary. I don't play like that. You know how many hours I dey labor before I push those big head come out? I beg go. I beg go. It's only that small one. That one, you no gree come out. 10 months now they carry that boy pregnancy. 10 months, you no gree. You sit down for my belly. You dey enjoy, they shop food every day. Every day I say, this pikin come out now, you no gree come out. One day now I tell my husband, I say, this pikin go come out for my belly today. I say, may we go hospital. He say, may I wait now? I no enter labor. I say, this labor, by force, now I go enter this labor today. The year was 2006. December is going to be 16. Now, we go hospital. I say, mo kuna comot this pikin for my belly. They say now I should come back. I say who? Una know say when woman get belly, you don't reach that stage. Your head go dey spark. You go dey see wire on your head. Now tell them say if una no comot this pikin for my belly today, this hospital I go do na something. And they rake all of them. Now so when they try, nothing they do. They just say make I sit down. Later they can't give me bed. They had to induce him. When he came out, come and see his bum. There was one big black mark in his bum. When he was busy sitting down and eating in my belly. While me, I'm suffering. This boy sat down there, was eating. Big black mark like this on his bum. I see his head. You don't want to come out to sit down on my belly. Oh my God. I used to make joke with him. I said, look at you. This is how you were eating in my belly. You didn't want to come out. That's why you stayed 10 months. The mark has cleared. Now he overstayed. He didn't want to come out. Now that kind of pikin I carry 10 months. Now you want to use the make joke. Oh, no let me fight you. No ever go there again. No ever go there because till today, it's 16 years ago. But I still remember what I went through. So, no ever. No mention my children. Otherwise, wahala go bust. Oh. Everywhere go scatter. Our fight go pass this love and Suleiman. Oh. Anyway, I hope everybody don't laugh. I tell you that joke so that everybody go use and calm down. I don't want everybody to be triggered. Thank you so much, everybody. Somebody says the father of two CS. Is that what you said? Ofun, what did you say? You say as a father of two, both CS, nice and quick. Okay, no, me, I never had CS, but you see all these ones with their big head. They were sitting down there enjoying. It is well. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate you. And yeah, I'll catch you in my next one. Give this video a thumbs up. I hope the laughter and the humor has helped everybody to calm down. Yeah. Have a lovely day over there in the US. If you are still, going about your business, doing your thing. And those of us over here that are going to bed, have a good, sweet night's rest. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. For real, no hard feelings, though. No hard feelings. I understand. I know it wasn't coming from a bad place. So if you are listening, no hard feelings at all. We are good. So please call again, okay? But no talk about my family again. That one I know they play reach that side. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening. Have a good afternoon. Love you guys. Bye.